If you're drowsy, sluggish, or feeling fatigued, you're about to get your afternoon boost with Tony Gwynn Jr.
Everybody has a bias, and everybody exercises it in different ways.
Chris Ello.
You notice how I said, yes, we do, because we all do.
And Matt Scraby.
That is correct. Tony wins 16-15.
Gwynn and Chris are ready to go.
Fernando swings, hits it in the air, deep to left field. This one way back and gone. The seal has been broken, and Fernando Tatis Jr. on May 30th has hit his first home run of the season.
And on June the 1st, the Padres rest. Welcome into Gwynn and Chris, everybody. Off day for the Friars, but not for us. 4 full hours with you. Talking about a lot going on out there in sports. Chris Ello and Matt Scraby, we're together in the Bill House Studios, where we know how. Tony Gwynn Jr. is in the city of brotherly love. The Padres and Phillies will start a series there tomorrow. So we got to do a little bi-coastal action here today, and good to have everybody aboard. And, my only concern about Fernando Tatis Jr. now, guys, is he's gone one game without a home run. So it's time to start worrying again.
Yes, we're gonna. I really can't handle another.
We can't do this again. Yeah, we can't do this
appearances.
Again. We're not going to do this.
I was
again.
So happy for the guy. I was so happy.
It was such a relief for everybody. Tony Gwynn Jr. Hello, sir.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you guys doing?
We are good.
Well, actually, don't answer. I know the answer to that question.
Well, nobody's in a great mood, but we're trying to put a happy face on it. So.
I think he was talking about the pre-show conversation.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm moving past that.
I am happy that it's an off day and just get to hang out with you guys for 4 hours.
Well, I did have one question, and I think it's a fair question on the Fernando Tatis Jr. home run. Obviously, we all know how long it had been, the whole 2 months, the whole thing, whatever. He hits the home run. My idea was not used by the Padres. My idea was for everybody to give him the silent treatment and kind of break the ice that way. But they didn't, and it was just as well. Manny was out there with a big smile and a hug and a congratulations and a sense of relief, and that probably is the way it should have been. But the next guy that Fernando encountered, and I'd have to go look at the tape because I couldn't tell which player it was, they engaged in one of the most intricate handshake exchanges I've seen in a long, long time.
Chris even talked to me about this before the show.
Whoever it was, I thought it might be Gavin Sheets, and then I thought, no way Gavin could be that cool that he would know this intricate of a handshake. But the point being, Tony, they had to have continued either practicing that in waiting for the home run, or they just have an incredible memory because it's been a long time since they used it.
Well, if it was Gavin, it hadn't been that long because they obviously been doing it for Gavin's home runs. That's not just
you mean the Fernando Gavin exchanges no matter each way?
Yeah, it's not just one way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was with Chris. I thought each person had their own handshake.
I thought every player had their own handshake thing when they hit a home run. So
they do, but it's like per play. Per players,
yeah,
right? Per couple.
So, okay, so they were able to get a little practice when Gavin was hitting the home runs. I didn't
see who it was, but if it was Gavin, Gavin has 9. So
that's a good point.
So he could have some.
I feel a lot better about it then.
Because I was telling Chris, if it was me, I would be like trying to go along with it, but slapping myself in the face and doing just.
My concern was that it had been, obviously so long since he'd hit a home run that he, his muscle memory might be a little faulty there. But, they were all set for that handshake. And thank goodness that is behind us. Unfortunately, as everybody knows, what is not 100% behind us is the woes of the offense. Despite Friday night break out a little bit, they had over 10 hits for the first time in 11 games. Kind of right back to it on Saturday, 3 home runs, but only 3 other singles. And then yesterday, 6 more hits, but not much against the Nationals, and a very frustrating loss that ends with, 2 rallies, the 7th and the 9th inning, both being cut down by strike them out, throw them out, double plays. We'll talk about all of that, but I think we can't bury the lead here completely, guys. The Padres are bringing in some reinforcements. Jace Bowen is on his way to Philadelphia, and he is apparently about set to join this roster in time for the series against the Phillies. No corresponding move has been announced yet. As soon as we...
Oh, the internet has gone.
Oh, the internet can they can figure out everything they want to guess.
Castellanos is gone. Bryce Johnson is gone.
My prediction and what I would do is, seriously, I wouldn't get rid of anybody. I would put somebody on the injured list for, week and a half and put Jace Bowen in the active rotation. But we'll see what they announce. Hopefully we'll know that by the end of the day. But Tony, at least the Padres are acknowledging that they need a little bit of a boost here. And maybe it's not fair to Jace Bowen to ask him to provide it, but you have to start somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know that Jace Bowen is starting somewhere. I know he's a new body that we get.
Yeah.
And he'll get an opportunity. It sounds like if they're calling him up, they're not calling him up to do nothing. So he'll get an opportunity. And, I think the hope is that he takes that opportunity and he runs with it. I think, just to kind of go back, if it were really as easy as we often make it sound to just say, hey, man, you're going to be hurt and we're going to put you on the IL. And then they would just do it all the time. No one would ever really go down if that was the case. So I say all that to say that it'll probably be Bryce is my guess that ends up being the one that goes down. And Jace sounds like he's having a good season down there. A lot of punch, but
yeah, a lot of punch and a lot of punch outs, unfortunately.
Right,
yeah,
right. And so, that's what I was talking about, the punch outs.
Okay.
If he can come up and like be that ball of flame that the Padres could use right now, it'll certainly be a big boon.
Yeah,
but I'm not holding my breath for that. I think the other thing to kind of pay attention to is, I believe ownership changes here pretty soon coming up. The next question that you have to start asking yourself is the new ownership coming in? Are they going to want to make a splash? I mean, because we are into June now, and the deadline is a lot later than it's been in the past. But that type of time, we get through this month of June, you start to kind of understand what it is your ball club is in need of at that point. And, I think for the Padres, it's a bat, it's a big bat, preferably left-handed, and so I just don't think, given that the team has had their hands tied really the last couple of deadlines where they couldn't really go out and make that. They have, don't get me wrong, they have made some good splashes, but remember, all of last year was done on a budget, and they still got the pieces they got. If indeed the new ownership comes in and they want to make a splash, that's certainly going to be something that AJ Preller's gonna be able to run with. Now, in terms of listen, to me, in my humble opinion, it just boils down to this offense not being able to execute whatever the game plan is consistently. Because to me, it makes no sense that you go out and you can have a 10-hit day, and we see the type of hitting we see, and then in the very next day, against pitching that, although has pitched well at times this year, hasn't pitched all that well, and you see the little bit of offense that we've seen. To me, especially when you consider the fact that both Toddy and Jackson starting to swing the bat a little bit better here, and yet still the offense as a whole is still coming up short far too often. And listen, I'll be the first one to defend them when it comes to, they face some tough pitching. That was not that in this past series against the Nationals. The Nationals are the best offense in terms of runs scored, but they also have given up the most in terms of runs per game scored.
Yeah. Couple of things that you touched on there that I think are, take me back to the end of the game yesterday. And that is what you just said. They're not executing what needs to be done on offense and not executing what the situation calls for. I'm almost positive that dozens upon dozens of Padre fans were, throwing, their stuff, their lunch at the television screen yesterday when Song was thrown out to end the 7th inning, and then when Jackson's thrown out to end the 9th inning. I want to talk about those two plays because I really thought they were good calls. But as we've mentioned in the past, a manager's only as good as the players that they ask to get the job done. And, Miguel Andujar has been one of the most reliable hitters we've had. And I think when you have 1st and 3rd, and you're down by a run and you're trying to get even in this game, starting the runner at first base, especially when it's a pretty fast runner and Song, is the thing to do, because all you're asking now for Andujar is to put the ball in play on the ground. The best they could do is throw him out at first base and the run will score. They can't get a double play because you started the runner. But he takes strike 3. Like, he didn't even swing. And the same thing happened to Ty in the 9th inning. Now, 9th inning is a little bit of a different animal, but both games ended because guys took strike 3 and left runners hanging out to dry.
It all is kind of all encompassing, right? Because to me, the run game is being started because we weren't hitting in the first place, and then when we were, it was double play after double play after double play, and so. Now Stem makes the adjustment, right? We're moving, and it worked the other night, right? We had guys moving. We stayed out of a double play. That run ended up coming around to score and ended up being kind of a big run at the time.
Yeah.
But as you said, with 2 strikes, you certainly at least swing through it, right? Like, it's a swing and a miss.
Right. Give him a little help. Yeah.
And there's been things like that really all season. I think, for me, Song had stolen 3-4 straight. Maybe on that last one you don't send him. He ain't really had a whole lot of time.
Tired. Yeah, he might have been tired by then a little bit.
He had a little hole. That's the only thought I had, when he got thrown out. But it certainly was the right call prior to that. I think
it was.
You had to do it, and it's just been a lack of execution when the team has. When they were on that nice run, even when they weren't scoring a whole lot, they were still executing, which is why they were winning those games. And now they're having after coming out of the 0 for whatever it was with runners in scoring position, you had the nice night there. It just felt like it went away again.
Yeah.
In that last couple of games.
There is one good way to look at this. And I'm going to throw it out there before we go to our first break, because the Padres did finish last in batting in May. They finished last in on base percentage, and they finished second to last in baseball in slugging and in OPS. But they still went 13-15, which is not a tragedy. What would have been a tragedy is if they had done what the one team that finished below them in hitting did during the month of May, and that team was the Tigers, whose OPS was even lower than the Padres. They went 6-22. If that had happened, then you'd have a full-fledged, concern, and everything would have been tossed away. The good news is they've played well enough to at least stay right there in the hunt, and hopefully they can get things going in June. All right, we are underway. There's a lot going on today. Couple of huge NFL trades, and a huge is almost understating it. And I don't normally feel like, I don't want to get too fired up, but these are big ones. So we'll tell you about those. The NBA Finals is set. We'll talk about that and a whole bunch of other stuff. Gwynn and Chris, happier with us on 97.3 The Fan.
Tune in Thursdays at 9 a.m. for 97.3 The Fans.
2:20 on the clock. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Bad Scraby. Had to get up and get my phone because ESPN has been ringing it pretty much all day. A lot of NFL talk. It's not NFL season. I don't really appreciate them kind of barging in on the baseball season, but they
they might be stealing a headline today or two.
They have a tendency to do that from time to time. So where shall we start? Let's start with the first big deal that went down today. Yes, and this one affects none other than Matthew Scraby because Myles Garrett is taking his talents to Los Angeles. He'll be a Ram. Yeah, I bet you're going to be doing a lot of that this year.
Yeah, and what's his name?
Trent Williams.
Well, Trent Williams might be able to that'll be at least a good matchup.
Yeah.
That'll be fun during OTAs and things like that. Those two go up.
Trent Williams versus Myles Garrett when they play each other, but Brock Purdy will be looking over his shoulder for sure. On the surface, it seems like a steal, and the Rams are going all in again, just like they did with Stafford a couple of years ago, right? The Super Bowl's back in LA.
It worked for them then.
Yeah, the Super Bowl's back in LA. They're trading all their draft picks. It's 3 picks. It's first pick, second pick, and a third pick in the next few drafts. But they also traded a pretty good player here.
A really good player,
Jared Verse, who was Rookie of the Year a couple of years ago, linebacker. He did a lot of things for the Rams. The Browns might actually get something in return here. But, yeah, it's a big deal. My one question on Myles Garrett is, where's he going to drive?
I knew that was coming.
I mean, this guy – sorry, Scraby, I can't look at Myles Garrett now without, knowing that he's been – busted over 9 times for driving over 100 miles an hour. 9 times is a few.
You might be able to get away with that in the rural areas, but I have a sneaky suspicion the LAPD ain't going to really play that same game.
And it's gridlocked at all times.
Right.
Yeah, good luck getting to 75 miles per hour.
If you get to 70, that's hallelujah in Los Angeles. So
maybe this is actually the best thing for him.
Maybe this is box him in a little bit, keep him under control there behind the wheel.
I mean, they're just showing Myles Garrett highlights on ESPN right now. He's just – I know that it's all highlights.
He's devastated.
They have to have that has to be a good – those have to be the two biggest human beings on the lines, right? Myles Garrett and Trent Williams, they have to be
That's going to be awesome, actually, right? I mean, do you think the 49ers need to bring somebody to chip Myles Garrett if they got Trent Williams?
Yes, they're going to be chipping Myles Garrett.
They're definitely going to chip him, even with Trent. Sorry.
Yeah, they're gonna have 2 tight ends chip him with Trent.
Well, this is where you miss Kittle right here because he's going to come back. Much help.
He's good. Don't get me started that I read an article this morning that the 49ers core is getting too old and the window is closing. So don't get me started. Sir.
I'm pretty sure it's shut. Closed.
Oh, is it shut?
Yeah. Good. Well, look, you were in last place 2 years ago. You could do it again.
For sure. That was just the beginning.
Right. There was
NFL
another big one
stealing the story. Now this one, it's kind of been talked about and expected for a long time. Finally went down today. The Eagles do indeed trade A.J. Brown. He will be a Patriot. So I'm sure A.J.'s like, man, I won't have to be the storyline when I go to this place. I'll be the second story.
Well, they're going to they are going to ask. He'll be the second story, but at least at the beginning, they're going to ask him why was everybody reporting this 6 months ago as if that's his fault? But I mean, it was reported a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
I
believe it was reported by Miss Diana Rossini. So, how she found out, we'll never know. Or maybe we will.
I think we know.
I'm joking. I'm joking, Scraby. I mean, obviously Mike Vrabel let it slip that was going to be potentially happening.
I read a bunch over the weekend that Diana Rossini, Mike Vrabel, and how people do speech cues and they break down what you say in a speech or whatever, and he's leaving the door open for some things to be said about him so that no one can call him a liar. So he's setting up the what is it? The infrastructure for when she does her tell-all interview and just trashes him.
Is that what's happening right now?
Yeah, just trashing him because he doesn't want to be caught in a place where you can call him a liar. So he's just kind of leaving it open-ended. It's very interesting.
I'm actually now after I was, very critical of Diana Rossini because I didn't, I think it was a bit of a black eye to the journalism world. Now that all of this has all come down and played out, and the way Mike Vrabel has been so laissez-faire about the whole thing to a certain extent, I kind of hope she gets a couple of good shots in.
She probably,
she kind of deserves it at this point. So, she's paid the ultimate price to a certain extent. She's lost her career, and he gets standing ovations when he walks into the Patriot facility by the fans.
True.
So it's not an equal.
It's so wild.
It's not an equal
wild.
exchange here.
That is really funny that she is like can't come out of hiding because people hate her, and he gets standing ovations. This is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good job, Mike. Woo-hoo-hoo. Way to go.
I don't even know where to go after that.
I don't think you go anywhere after
I mean,
that.
I said to you guys in the text that this is who cares kind of trade. I know AJ Brown's not a who cares player, but I don't think this puts him at the top of the
He
Super
gives the
Bowl list.
Patriots a weapon.
Are you
but
kidding me, bro?
I think he's a weapon.
I didn't say that he wasn't a weapon, but I don't think
And they
he's
were
like,
in the Super Bowl last year. They're
Can you
already
tell me
there,
who
are they
who
not?
was Drake throwing to last year? Can you tell me who it
Keyshawn
was?
Booty.
Stephon Diggs, who was
Stephon Diggs.
actually
He no
hardly
longer
playing.
there no more. So I mean, this is
a
big
pickup
upgrade.
for a
Matt
team.
Collins.
You're saying that you don't think it puts the Patriots in the Super Bowl discussion. They're already in it. They were in the Super Bowl last year with what they had.
better.
You know what I should learn
100%.
from? My
They got
prediction of last year that I said the Patriots are going to be 4-13.
Yes,
Maybe I should just learn from that.
your mind, they really went 4-13.
So maybe I should just stop talking
they
about
did.
it.
We will have Marvell Wynn join us next, talk a little bit of SDFC and the upcoming World Cup that's about to kick off here like days, right? Like next
There are
week?
a couple of matches here, a couple of World Cup prelim matches, I believe, at Snapdragon this coming weekend. So
So
that is news. There's one other local note that Scraby passed along to me that we should share. The Century Club or Century, whatever, has taken over the.
No, it's called the Century.
This isn't the Century Club. This is Century with an S.
Yes, the other one is Century, like 100 years,
Yes.
right? Yes.
This is
okay,
Century
so
with
this
an
is a
S.
different
But that is the
company.
new name.
I was
now of
talking
our-
about that. We were talking about 100 shots of beer there for a second.
Oh, I've
The Century
definitely
Club?
joined the Century Club.
We got it's different Century.
You're a
Club.
charter
Gotcha.
member of that. other one.
I was the king
Yeah.
member. So Torrey Pines. Everybody was thinking that there was a possibility that PGA Tour takes Torrey Pines off the schedule. Kirk Kenny reported in the San Diego Union Tribune the Century is now moving from the first tournament of the year that they used to have in Hawaii to the Farmers, or now the Century. It's going to replace the Farmers Insurance Open, which tells people that the PGA Tour is planning on keeping this as a part of the schedule.
It's a pretty
Torrey
good sign.
Pines. Yes.
It's really a good sign. So that's good for the golf fans out there for sure. And we'll get into the NBA thing later, but I have to salute the Spurs for knocking out the floppers. Nicely done.
Are you happy with yourself, by the way? You led the charge on the SGA hate in San Diego.
Now I almost feel like I overdid it.
You were the
I really do.
president of the
You
SGA
did.
hate club.
Yeah.
You definitely were going hard to paint.
Yeah, I watched him the other night, honestly, and I certainly didn't feel sorry for him, but he honestly just brought it the other night. It was great. I didn't see him flop maybe one time the whole game. He played an incredible game. It wasn't his fault they lost that game.
I couldn't help but notice all his other teammates though have it's all rubbed off on them. Like they were falling at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
Not SGA.
Yeah, right.
SGA, as you said, he played it.
Yeah.
I saw plenty. Chet, he was included. Chet catching a lot of flame
Chet's
right
catching
now.
strays
Man.
everywhere after that
It's poor
performance.
Chet.
Yeah.
Let's get to break. We also have to talk about the thing that, in my opinion, MLB should be talking about more, but it just seems like it's just being kind of swept under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
And yet I got these crazies saying we should use ABS all the time. We'll talk about it. Not next segment, probably in the 3:00 hour, but you got to stay tuned for it. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
The biggest guests in San Diego sports.
these things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
Hours on a Padre off day. Crisello, Tony Gwynn Jr. is in Philly. Matt Scraby's alongside. We have very short shows tomorrow and Wednesday because the Padres are in Philadelphia. So with that in mind, Scraby did not want to miss a week of the Fantabulous Sports Game Show. So we will have a special Monday edition coming a little later.
I drafted a text back to you. I don't know if you guys saw my little dots typing like for
you were
45 minutes.
You were going to say you didn't want the Fantabulous Sports
I was going
Game
to say, I first off, I typed in F no.
F no.
It's not Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this. Then I deleted that and I said, wouldn't it be better if we just took a day off this week? And I deleted that. And I just basically
it's really something that's become
to what's happening.
It's become a labor of love for me each week to put one together, to see you throw your notebook across the studio as you did last week when you totally blew it.
Yep.
Like you had the lead and you knew the answers, and somehow you thought the Detroit Lions had a losing record last year.
People think it's a joke.
Threw it away.
That I throw that might be a little bit played up, but I genuinely think about things on my drive home. I'm like, why didn't I say this instead of that?
No, he's that angry. He's definitely that angry. And it's become, not only does Tony normally win, but it's the way that he wins. He almost always gives you the lead in the early going.
It is crazy.
And then he sits back and waits for you to box it up. That'll be coming a little later. We also have I'm told.
The real Matt Scraby, please stand up.
Yeah. I'm told by Scraby we have a very mean-spirited.
He never fails me, by the way.
Yeah, no, he never does. And all Tony has to do is mention it about 3/4 of the way through the game. Hey, Scraby, it's time to screw up.
Yep.
And then he does
it. You were saying about the mean people?
When we have a very mean-spirited Padre pen pals, some of which is directed at us, from what I'm told.
Well, the first one is definitely directed at us. Let me just read the last sentence to give.
Well, before you do that, let me open my check from the Padres, my weekly check from the Padres.
I already told you they're forwarding it to me now.
Okay.
The last sentence or two sentences are, why do I continue to listen? I do think you guys are entertaining, but the gaslighting has got to go.
Yeah. Well, gaslighting in this case refers to us saying that the team is good when they're not playing well. Is that?
Yes, I will give you the full explanation later, but this person
so much
really
fun.
was very serious. Like, this was one of those conversations you have over DM where you're like, oh, this guy is being serious right now. He's actually angry.
You mean one of those crazy conversations?
Yeah, because I go into it thinking everybody's just having fun with the conversation, and then I realized real quick, no, he's actually angry.
He's serious.
There could be some anger out there. I think it's the thing that all of us, myself, Tony, I know Ben and Woods talk about it often, and Braden's probably finding out about it as he goes along. But if you say anything nice about the Padres, you're going to get people who think that we're paid by the team. And, I always kind of joke that I would love that. Would absolutely love for them to send me a check each week. I think I've earned it. I say a lot of nice things, but it doesn't really work that way. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Full disclosure, I am.
You actually are paid, but not to say nice things on our show. So, yes, in full disclosure, you do receive a Padre logo on your paycheck. So
I do.
Is there such a thing as a paycheck anymore? Does anybody actually?
You can get one.
Have a tangible paycheck anymore?
Oh, that's a great. I don't know.
There's actually recently at my other job. There's an accounting error, and so they had to write me a check.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah. Because they hand wrote me a check, which was
one of the things because of the technical age is, your dad I know he used to tell stories about this, and Tony, but he used to love to take his paycheck into the bank on Friday just to take a look at the teller's face when he put it down.
That would, as a former teller, I would have loved that.
He was like, they'd be going, what? So that doesn't exist anymore. All right, let's talk some soccer. The world's greatest game, some football, and it's going to take over center stage here very, very soon. Obviously, SDFC is taking a 2-month break because the World Cup is upon us. Marvell Wynn is a great SDFC podcaster, and he's talked some soccer with us before. Marvell, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing well, guys. Happy Monday and Merry June all of a sudden. How you guys been?
Yeah, June already.
Well.
It didn't take
Yes,
long.
sir.
It seemed like the World Cup was a long way off, and now here we are, 12 days from the U.S. playing their first match. First, before I get to that, did you get any of the champions or the UEFA Champions League final Saturday? I watched it because I just such a huge event. And, the 1-1 draw, I thought seemed like, in my untrained opinion, I thought PSG had the better of the play, but, they couldn't break the tie. So they go into the shootout, and poor guy for Arsenal, and the last kick, he's got to make it to keep the match alive. I mean, he must have kicked it 35 yards over the bar. I mean, and I'm thinking, the more I thought about it, I thought there may be more pressure on those penalty kicks than in anything in sports, Marvell. He knows his whole country and everybody else is watching, right?
PKs are wild. That's why whenever they decide to take PKs, you get your starting 5 lined up and you get them ready to go. Sometimes you want your top scorer to go first, get the guys on the right track. Sometimes you want them to go last because they can handle all the pressure. I volunteered to be 11th after our goalkeeper if we ever had a chance.
After the goalkeeper.
Because, man, I mean, I would have cleared the ball just like he did. But the amount of pressure you got, first of all, you play a whole game or however long you were on. Your legs are a little shaky. You get a little nervous. You put the ball down. You step back from it. Keepers have all these tricks. They try to touch each post. They try to touch the crossbar. They try to make themselves look bigger in your peripheral vision while you're looking down at the ball, trying to focus. And then you got to decide, typically right before you hit the ball, if you're going to go left, if you're going to go right. Some players try to stutter step and have the goalie dive first. But then once you do, you got to make sure you have that power and the placement. And sometimes you just get under it. Sometimes you miss kick it. Sometimes the goalie catches it right. And this time it just kind of soared, man. I feel for the guy.
Yeah.
But PSG, they smacked my Liverpool several times, so I do believe they're the better side. Arsenal has had an amazing year though, with the league and all that stuff. So it was a great game to watch.
Yeah, I watched those PKs, and it seems like the worst fate you could possibly have.
It's got to be torture, yeah, really.
At the end, Marvin, let me ask you: SDFC obviously didn't quite, come out the gates the way they wanted to. There's this long break now. Where do you see this team needing to improve most as we get to the second round of this season?
Personally, it looks like, we're scoring a lot of goals. I mean, we got 30 goals for, I think the top in our conference is 34 with Vancouver and San Jose. We're scoring goals. We're getting ourselves on the board. It's just we're letting in these goals. Like later on in the game, it's almost like we drop focus, almost where it matters most. At the same time, we've cycled through all 3 keepers that we have because of injuries. I think we just really need to tighten up defensively, and we need to get our creativity back. Last year, we kind of blasted onto this team with our unique style of play. Now we have a bunch of teams playing out of their own box on their own goal kicks, and they're kind of nullifying our great strategy. And we've kind of reverted back to a simple style of play. So now it's just 11 versus 11 versus having a certain tactical advantage that we had last year. I mean, we put a bull guy on our back and people just started to go at it.
Marvell, quick follow-up on that. I mean, is it surprising given, how it's seemingly hyper-focused Mikey Vares is on those type of things like focusing and being able to maintain your play for, the full 90? Is it surprising that that's been kind of where they've been, I guess, weaker at this season?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. That's what I've been wondering too. What I would guess is the difference that I could see last year was we had players that were going to stick to the plan no matter what. And we made, I mean, I would say it was almost a guarantee that we were going to give the opposition their best opportunity per half, per game. And that kind of remained true. Except sometimes they wouldn't score, sometimes they would. But this year we have a couple of new guys in the back, and you can tell that when they make that mistake and we get scored on, it hurts. And as just being mammals, being animals, we try to avoid things that are painful. So then we're in a certain situation. We have a coach telling us to play one way. It's like, go against your instincts. We know it hurt last time you did this, but just try it again. Just try it again. And then if it doesn't go off again, then we get scared. And then all of a sudden we just boot it out, and then we have to reset, and we have to get our shape back and try to start all over. So I think there's just maybe a little less confidence, even though we have the successes that we did last year.
Confidence is an amazing thing, and it's hard to put your finger on it. And when you're rolling with it like the club was last year, right? Everybody plays free and easy. And this year, I think, we've seen some things go the other way. And so, maybe you start questioning a little bit. Marvell Wynn from the SDFC podcast. So how did he get it back? What's the strategy? 2 months, obviously, I know guys are going to rest for the first month and then start gearing back up. But what's the strategy when you bring it back in terms of trying to, get back to that free-flowing style? It's probably a lot tougher said than, or tougher done than said.
Yeah. So I would say last year, everybody was new. Everybody came in with the same mentality. Everyone doubted at the same time. Anyone started to believe at the same time. Now we have certain players that were here last year. They knew the successes. So they're going to try to go back to what we did last year. While these new guys this year thus far haven't really had the success to give them the confidence that this unique style of play would work. And I know that Mikey Veras is really adamant on sticking to his strategy, sticking to the game plan. It's just now we have to get everybody else on board. And I mean, I can only assume that the trainings and the mentality every day in, day out is the same, but the results are really matter at the end. So I guess the one thing that has to change is finishing out games, keep scoring on goals, maintaining possessions, playing out of pressure, and then, putting the ball in the back of their net and keeping it out of ours.
Marvell, obviously this 2-month kind of hiatus takes place over World Cup. I don't know in your 13-year career if you had to deal with a break like this, because not everybody is going to participate in the World Cup. What happens to the players, or how does the training go for the players that aren't involved with their international team?
There'll be a long break, especially, after having the first half of the season like we did. There'll be a long break. Maybe they'll have like 2 weeks off or what have you, just to reset, refocus. Mikey Veras is also, and the whole coaching staff is also a big part of, we know where we live, and we are very happy and privileged to be able to live here. Go out and enjoy it. When you're out here on the pitch, when you come to the training ground, you put it in. But when you can get away and get out, go get something to eat, go hang by a beach, go relax, get your mind off things, go hang with your family, and just come back and reset. And then hopefully when the guys do come back, the trainings are going to be a bit hard to start off right away. Try to get your feet back, try to get your legs back, try to get your coordination back, try to get your fitness back. And then we'll slowly work our way back into like the training sessions and getting the formations right and getting the strategic plans set forward.
The good news for SDFC is that there's a lot of soccer left. Like there's a ton of games once they come back. So there's certainly plenty of time to get back in the running. Marvell, let's talk a little bit about the World Cup. It's right here. It's hard to, ignore it. And I don't think anybody wants to ignore it. Just nobody can afford it. Oh, did that just, never mind. I said nobody could afford it. There was a sound. Did you hear it? Only I heard it. It sounded like
the ghost again.
It was the ghost of something. That was so weird.
I think that was just Marvell saying,
He was saying, Thank you, Marvell.
That was me going,
Those are sounds, Chris.
Hey, you guys. All right, this message is for all. This message is for all three of this message for all three of you. Don't ever get old. All three of you. All right. So,
I just turned 40. Am I old yet?
No, you're not. Believe me. So tell us your thoughts on the United States and their chances. I've heard, a lot of mixed reviews. Some people are pretty excited, think they can make a run. I've heard quarterfinals even mentioned. Other people's aren't so sure.
Yeah, last time we hosted, there is a host advantage to any sport. It's coming to be the World Cup. Teams always seem to play best, especially when it was here in '94. We did well and went far. With this team, I think our squad. I think we named our best players. I really do. If we can go far, it is with this squad. But what I would like from them is a little bit of what I'm missing this year from SDFC is a real strategy to the play. It does seem like our entire mentality is get the ball back somehow, get the ball wide, go down the lines and cross it. There needs to be a little bit of variation. We need to be able to play in, play out. We have an extremely talented group of players, but it's difficult when you have someone that's playing in the Bundesliga versus playing in League One versus someone who's playing in the EPL. They all have different mentalities, different strategies, and they also surround themselves with different styled players. If the head coach can get us on the same page and get us all playing to our own strengths, I really, really, really think we have successes moving forward and getting out of bracket play at least.
Marvell, who do you think should be the favorite coming into this World Cup?
It's hard to deny France right now. France with, this the amount of talent that they have. And yeah, Mbappe up top and all that stuff, but just the way they possess the ball and the way they can actually transition quickly, not just through Mbappe, with the multiple just threats going around, and the way they defend is just really hard nosed. Again, like PSG, it's just like when they get the ball, it's you. I've played these games before. You just know that you're not going to get it back for a while, and that's just frustrating. And then when you have the ball, you almost want to play safe because you're like, oh no, that guy, I don't know, he's won 2 of the last 3 50-50s. All right, man, I might play him the ball, and then there's this doubt that goes in your head. So they're just a strong squad all around. I would go for France being the favorite.
Yeah, they held it almost a lot of the match on PSG did on Saturday. I know that Arsenal kind of looked like a bystander some of the time, just watching these guys move the ball around all day. Hey, Marvell, thanks for your time as always. Enjoy the World Cup, and look forward to catching up with you down the road.
I appreciate it, guys. It's a great time. Thank you.
Always good.
Thanks,
Marvell Gwynn from the SDFC podcast. And, of course, San Diego FC won't be playing again until the end of July. But the World Cup is going to take center stage. 11 days is all it is before we get our first USA match against Paraguay, I believe.
I'm excited. I love World Cup. I don't know. It's because my kids all get excited about it. Everybody's kind of like, who won what game?
Yeah.
You can kind of go back on them if you have like whatever. What's it on this year? What are we watching on Paramount?
Probably like 17 different channels.
I would think it'll be on every channel and
USA.
streamed.
Yeah.
No, it'll be streamed on a few. Yeah,
I know last World Cup I was pretty much taping all of these games, so we were able to catch up to them at different times. But this one's here, so it'll be times that I actually can be up to watch.
That is an underrated benefit.
Yes, when they have the World Cup in Europe, a lot of the matches are in the middle of the night, which is when I'm up. So now I don't know what I'm going to do.
This might not work for you.
This might not work as well for me. The one thing that people have talked a lot about I haven't quite, captured all of this yet, but there's so many more teams now, and a lot of the groups, there used to be 6 groups of 4 or 8 groups of 4, and now there's a lot more teams, and a lot of the stalwart soccer people are saying that they're letting in a bunch of countries, teams that probably don't
Rudy
belong.
Poos.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. But
Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, they're saying like when France plays
Tobago.
Haiti or something, it's like you're wasting our time type of thing. So
what you got against Haiti?
Well, listen, what I don't want to hear.
I'm reading something off a sheet here, Scraby. I have nothing against Haiti.
What I will say is I don't want no conversations about 18-0 blowout or 20. Like, hey, there's more teams in. That means it's maybe a little bit weaker to begin with. That's part of the issue. That's going to be part of this early kind of group staging.
You're not calling off any of the dogs if you get up by 10?
Nah, run it up.
Wasn't the United States women's team was doing that a couple of World Cups ago, if I recall. 12, 13, nothing.
They caught your ire.
I was upset.
Yeah, I do. It's so strange. Chris was mad at the team for winning by too much.
Terrible.
I will actually never forget that day.
I stick up for losers and teams that win by too much.
Do you remember this, Tony? He comes sitting down and he's just like, "What are they doing? They're winning 12-0."
It blew both of our minds.
I got to have a memory like you guys. More Gwynn and Chris coming up.
o'clock. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matt Scraby. Just had Marvell Wynn on. SDFC podcast, 13-year pro in MLS. Dropping some knowledge on PKs and what he thought of this USA team that's getting ready to try to make their deep run into this World Cup. All right. Couple things we got to get to. Is it my segment? Yeah, it's my segment.
It is now.
Hope it is because are we doing ABS here?
Yeah,
is this what we're
ABS.
doing? Let's do
I think
ABS.
this is very interesting.
Over the weekend, we had our first real snafu of the ABS system. And of course, it happened in ATH's home. And for those who don't know, the video board there, I believe, is delayed. There's some type of issue that Sacramento has as a AAA ballpark, masquerading as a big league ballpark.
It's so funny.
Is Aaron Boone going to be? Is Aaron Boone angry going to be any part of this story? By the way,
we need to get to Aaron Boone too because he had a pretty big meltdown to the same umpire who he gave the savage speech to. And I thought that was quite funny. So we should get to that at some point. But long story short, I believe it was it Langoliers? No, it wasn't Langoliers. Soderstrom was at the plate.
Yeah, Soderstrom, yeah.
Soderstrom was at the plate. And there appeared to be a pitch below the zone that was called a strike. He challenged it. And after a weirdly long delay, there was no picture initially. Only an announcement from the home plate umpire, who I don't have his name. Do you have his name, Scrape?
I don't. I
Okay,
should
see if you can locate his name.
Sorry.
No worries. He would come back and say the call stands based off of what he was given in his ear.
Somebody told him the call stands, right? But nobody ever saw the review actually pop up on the video board.
Not initially.
Okay.
I don't know how many pitches later it eventually ends up showing up on the screen, and it appeared to be a ball. And so everybody just moved on. I think Kotz came out. He obviously heard the explanation. Couldn't get it because remember they lost a challenge because of this. They lost an ABS challenge. They were not able to get their challenge back. And I don't have so much of an issue with the fact that it happened. I have an issue with the fact that Major League Baseball, at least to my knowledge, has not said anything about it publicly to this point. Not in a way that I think would have reached all of our ears.
It was Adam Beck was the home plate umpire.
Beck, who actually is a pretty good umpire, I will say.
Well, and this wasn't his fault in any way, right?
No,
he was just repeating what was told to him by the replay.
Yeah, but he did call the ball a strike.
The initial ball strike.
Okay, you missed the call, right.
That was his only mistake. All he did, but my point is, given that this is a new system, and you know how we can get, and when I say we, I mean people. We'll get conspiracy theory on you real quick nowadays. So wouldn't it be in their best interest to just get out in front and say exactly what happened? Hey, we had a malfunction. Lines got crossed. Listen, I'm okay. All I'm saying is that if we have a system and we can all see with our own eyes that the pitch is below the zone, and you come back and tell us pitch is a strike, I think you're opening the door for people to now question your system in a way that will not be helpful.
I don't disagree, and I think I can piggyback on what you're saying, and I believe your favorite. You have two partners in your career, me and Jesse, but I think the favorite of your two partners, who's Jesse, he'll agree with me on this one. They have got to get rid of this stupid thing that says there's not enough evidence to overturn a play. Tony, correct me if I'm wrong.
That's a whole other one too.
Yeah, but I've seen at least 4 or 5 times this year, and so is everybody else because they show it in the stadium. We all see it. I think there was a game maybe 3 weeks ago. Fernando stole second late in the game. He was clearly safe. Everyone 45,000 people, and I don't think they were all looking at it with their heart. We could all see that his foot hit the bag, but it was really close, and it was kind of hard to tell, and they called him out. And I just think that's even worse.
The problem with that particular thing now is that it's not just a trend that you and I are noticing. This is a trend. I promise you, when we go to every stadium, that is what people are talking about. That when there is a challenge that's, one of those close ones, the trend this season has been as being upheld. Nothing's getting overturned if it's the same type of calls that we've seen.
Right. If it's deemed to be close in any way, but we're all seeing with our eyes that the call 100%. Is close but wrong.
100%.
And it's not just favoring the Padres. I'm saying whoever team.
No, this is across the board. Padre games not included. Right. That's kind of been the trend that's being talked about this year.
Yeah.
But the ABS thing to me is a really pressing issue because it's a new system, and we just can't have that type of deal happen. Like it shouldn't happen. And then the other thing is, I forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead.
Well, Dom says, at the very least, give him the challenge back.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Okay, fine. You messed up. Give the challenge back. We can move on. No harm done, except for my man Zabbat. He ended up walking, so it wasn't that big a deal. But it irritates me that it's not being tied. This happened I think it was on Saturday. I don't even think it happened yesterday.
It happened Saturday. You're right.
Happened Saturday, and the mere fact that there wasn't like some type of press release saying, "Hey, this is what happened. This is why it happened." I just think maybe nobody noticed it because it was in Sacramento, but let that be on a Peacock game or an ESPN game. That would have been a much bigger deal. We'd be having much different conversation because people would certainly have a ton of questions about it.
It was also in not in favor of the Athletics, and nobody cares about them. If it had been not in favor of the Yankees, Aaron Boone would have made a federal case out of it, and
sure
then we would all know about it.
I kind of wish it would have happened that way, just to see what Aaron Boone would have done.
Aaron would have lost it for sure.
Craig Stammen got ejected for the first time in his career, but he has a long way to go before he's Aaron Boone.
He does, and I was not that off on Craig Stammen's ejection. And let's go back to it again on Saturday.
I can't wait to talk about this one.
Yeah, because it happened Saturday, and if you didn't see it, it was a ground ball, a hard ground ball, I believe, to Fernando at second base, and he had to get the throw to shortstop, try to get the double play started. Xander caught the ball and had to reach down to get it. And as he was reaching down to get it, I thought a fair slide. Tony, are we in agreement on the slide that it
fair
wasn't
slide.
dirty?
Fair. No.
Okay, the slide was fair, and so Xander could never get the throw to first base. So the challenge, though, was by the Nationals that Xander never touched second base. And here's why I think Craig Stammen had every right to be ejected and complain. Because of what we just talked about. It was very close. Did he touch it or not? It was really close. My eyes told me that he missed the bag, but only by a fraction of an inch. And we just talked about how they haven't been changing calls. So why did they change that one? And that seemed to be a fair argument that Stammen had.
Let me hop in here because they actually didn't change the call. Dan Bellino called him safe.
Oh, okay.
He called him safe. But here's my issue with Dan Bellino. Why are you standing in the grass, buddy? There is no way you could see if Bogey's foot got hit or was on the bag or touching the bag. He was the cut in Washington is a lot deeper than a lot of places. And so the distance that he was, there's no shot, which is why he stood there forever before giving the safe sign. Because he couldn't see it.
So he
could not see it. So he, in my opinion, he guessed. And I also think that's why he let Stam come out there in the first place. Because remember, after a review, there ain't supposed to be any conversations or you can't even come out the dugout. It's an automatic ejection. But not only did he let him come out, they talked for a good couple minutes before he decided, okay. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Craig probably had to ask him to be ejected at this point because I think he went out there expecting to get ejected and he didn't. So it took this weird conversation to get him up out of there. But I don't know. That was there was a bunch of calls I didn't like. A couple check swings I thought were piss poor, and then the last that one being so far in the cut of the grass, like you should have your nose in that bad boy for that play, not in the cut of the grass. Sorry.
It's all good. I appreciate
I want to
that.
see, when I see a shot of Bogey catching the ball, I want to see the umpire's nose peering in on the side of the screen.
I want you to right in there.
Get a good look.
They should be able to draw arrows from your eyes to the play.
Did you guys see the Dodger call? The foot jump over the bag the other night? Y'all missed that one?
No.
I'm surprised y'all missed that one.
No.
In the Philly game, I can't remember who was scoring. Came in on the backside. It ended up being, I think, the winning run. He slid, foot completely goes over home plate, never touches it, and they called him safe, and it just moved on.
Replay. This is used my original argument,
and it goes back to that your point about the stupid call on the field.
Right. Well, originally my biggest argument with replay, even back to the football days, because I've just accepted that we have it now and we got the technology for it. But I've always felt if we have to have replay, we absolutely positively can't miss it after replay. And that just seems like that still happens way too much. So go back to the Chiefs-Raiders game a couple of Thanksgivings ago, Scrappy.
False start, Chiefs ball.
False start, Chiefs win.
Chiefs win.
It wasn't false right. Chiefs ball.
It was
the announcement was game's over. Chiefs win.
By rules that we just made up right now.
Chiefs win. The Raiders had to walk off the field.
That was crazy.
So, yeah.
I'm happy. I wish we would have got a win in the same day that Fernando gets his homer and Craig Stammen gets his ejection.
Would have been a nice thing to. I don't know. I don't know what happened to Michael King in that seventh inning, but it got away quick. Unfortunately, a rarity for Michael King because I thought he had complete command of that game, and just goes to show you got to get through the whole seven or whatever it is.
Shall we talk about Rob Manfred ducking foul territory, or where you guys want to go next?
I do think we should get your thoughts on this whole initial offerings of
for sure
of the collective bargaining agreement from both sides.
Bryce Harper's excited about it. So
is he?
Well, it seems to be. So
hey, I do know that Bruce Meyer did say that the San Diego Padres, he wants more Padres out there. He wants more teams spending money.
No, he didn't say more Padres. He said more San Diego organizations.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. He wants more teams to emulate the Padres.
Didn't the Dodgers say that they like the proposal at this point?
Which one?
By the players. I thought the Dodgers said they liked the.
There was talk of the Dodgers being like, I think there needs to be a little bit. I think there needs to be change. Is kind of what the thing was. Anyway,
either way, we'll talk about it all on the other side. More Gwynn Chris. Now, Craig Stammen joins us here, Padres' new manager, and Craig, listen, I've had the opportunity to play for two managers that were in their first year, Don Mattingly and the late Ryan Sandberg in Philadelphia. Both of them had their struggles. Even though these are the best of the best type of players, they had their struggles. Where do you see yourself in terms of your staff and leaning on your staff to kind of be able to help you in those first year kind of struggles that many managers deal with at some point?
You're right. I'm going to lean on my staff a lot. And I remember having, small conversations with Bob Melvin about some of this stuff. And he was talking about some of the things he wished he knew when he was a first-year manager. And this was way back when I wasn't even thinking about this. We were just kind of talking. And he's like, I wish that I wouldn't have tried to do everything myself. He said, I felt like I had to be involved in everything and I had to be a part of every decision. And he goes, it's just not the case. He goes, there's a few things that I do need to be in charge of and as the manager, but I got good people around me. If I got good people around me, I just got to be able to trust them.
Right.
That'll be the hard part, but we're going to build that trust within the clubhouse, within the coaching staff. So I'm not doing it all myself. We're going to share responsibility. We're going to share the successes. I'll take the blame, and then we'll see where the dust settles. But I'll, obviously, hopefully gain a lot of experience where we get to the end of the season and we're in that playoff hunt.
Yeah.
That we're rolling and we're humming and we got a good process going.
Now, you mentioned, kind of building off what Mike has done here the last couple of years, adding to his legacy. You obviously have your own strengths, though. Where do you see your strengths being able to be applied to this ball club and how it may be of help?
Yeah, Mike had so much experience of organizing, how to be a great baseball team. He'd been mentored by many great managers, right, and he'd taken a lot from those guys. And I just listened to what he had to say about that stuff, and I saw how he did it, observing and listening to how he kind of went about his business. So a lot of the things that he did, I'm going to probably keep doing the same thing. What I think I can add is maybe just I'm a little younger. I got a little bit more energy.
Yeah.
I've got some relationships within the clubhouse that are maybe a little bit different. Does that give me the avenue to push them in a little bit different way, or like sneak in there to get them to do a few things that they haven't been quite open to in the past? Maybe I don't know. We'll find out. But, I'm going to treat them, with respect and hopefully get that respect back. And we're going to try to make this team as best they can be.
Craig Stammen joins us here, Padres' new manager. And Craig, you're clearly coming this with your eyes wide open with this situation. I heard you say partnering on multiple occasions up on the stand there. What does that look like for the fans who are listening and may not know what partnering looks like? What exactly is that?
Yeah, partnering, it's a give and a take. We have relationships with our families, our moms, our dads, our wives, our kids. It's not always my way or the highway.
Right.
There's got to be, even in this decision to become the manager, there was a lot of give and take with me and Audrey, deciding what was important to her and what we were going to miss by taking this, what was important to me, what I was going to miss in this, and then coming to a decision that works best for both of us. And I think those types of things can happen throughout the year with players, trying to get them on the field to do certain things in practice or in the game, but like partnering them in the way that's like, it's not just my decision.
Right.
We're in this together. We're accomplishing a goal together. It's not my, championship that we're going to win. It's our championship. It's the Padres championship. It's AJ's, it's John's, it's Eric's, it's Manny's, it's Toddy's.
Right.
It's all of ours together. It's Ruben's. We share that success together. I'll handle the blame, and then we'll do this together.
Last one, I'll let you get out of here. I know you got a busy day ahead of you. Mike Schilt did a terrific job of really shielding his players. He always was the man taking all the arrows coming at the ball club. But you also mentioned being able to push the guys. What does that look like? Because I think oftentimes fans hear, managers take the arrows and they're under the impression that there isn't any, pushing going on the backside of that. What does that look like sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, we got great players. So, like, the amount of pushing I need to do is limited.
Right.
But we can give them new ideas on how to navigate a season. And Mike was so good at, like, handling the players and taking the arrows, like you said, in the media and throughout the season and pumping those guys up and making them feel great. But there's ways that, like, maybe they haven't been exposed to, and that's what we're going to challenge our staff to do, is come up with creative ways to keep Manny Machado, healthy for a
Right.
full season. Xander Bogaerts healthy for a full season as they get a little older in age, and can we have guys peaking at the right time and stuff like that? Just like open to new ideas and creative ideas, and the players will be partnering with that with the
Right.
coaching staff to create something that we think will build us a championship team.
Now, Craig Stammen joins us here, Padres' new manager, and Craig, listen, I've had the opportunity to play for two managers that were in their first year. Don Mattingly and the late Ryan Sandberg in Philadelphia. Both of them had their struggles. Even though these are the best of the best type of players, they had their struggles. Where do you see yourself in terms of your staff and leaning on your staff to kind of be able to help you in those first year kind of struggles that many managers deal with at some
Yeah,
point?
you're right. I'm going to lean on my staff a lot. And I remember having, small conversations with Bob Melvin about some of this stuff, and he was talking about what some of the things he wished he knew when he was a first-year manager.
Nicely here. Got a good program going. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, Chris's Fantabulous Sports Game Show. Special Monday edition. I'm going to tell you right now, Scraby, you have a 50-50 shot to win this one. You have no excuses, but I don't think you know any more about this category than Tony does. So I think it'll be a good, solid matchup.
All right,
coming up.
Let's hope.
At the bottom of the hour. We are trying, we're enjoying this baseball season, and it's still early enough to where I don't think a lot of the talk has, gone to the offseason and the potential work stoppage. But with the fact that the owners put a proposal out there, okay, at least it was something in the month of May. I didn't love the proposal. And Tony, I know we can tear it up pretty good because it still includes the word salary cap. And that right then and there is all you need to know. But at least it's something. And Bryce Harper is kind of becoming the voice of reason here, which could be a little intriguing. But he says correctly, he says, we're coming from two different areas, but we both have to understand our game is in a great position right now to succeed, and we can't lose that momentum. And he said we can't lose that momentum as players. We can't lose that momentum as owners. So wherever we're at, whatever they're coming up with, whatever we're coming up with, you have to come to an agreement before anything, goes crazy. And he brought up 1994 when the World Series was canceled. And that's, I think all of our thinking, because when it comes down to it, Tony, the way I look at it, there's no way the players will or should go for a salary cap. The owners have gobs and gobs and gobs of money, so much so, and you brought it up and sent it to us this week, that people are standing in line to get expansion franchises because they know how much money baseball makes. But it really isn't going to matter in the end if there is a stoppage, because whether it's the owner's fault or whether it's the player's fault, the big loser is all of us.
I don't think there's going to be a stoppage, because a stoppage meaning in 26. That would be a stoppage.
Okay, well, 27, there's a lockout, and there's no baseball next year.
I don't know.
For a while.
I've thought about this for a little bit, because in order to have that stoppage that they had in 94, that means the players had the stomach to be like, you know what? We ain't playing the World Series this year. And when you think about that in terms of what that would mean today, that is like the ultimate move that you make if indeed you mean that kind of business. I think in 94, the players took the owners wanting to bring a salary cap so seriously that they said, we're not playing the World Series. Now we fast forward to now. That was put in place, I think, sometime in June. I think was when they stopped negotiating. Maybe it was beginning of July in 94. And so there was everybody knew come August, whatever date that was, the season was going to come to an end. I don't think that at least the players are taking him serious enough from that standpoint that they're going to be willing to cancel the rest of the season. And so I don't know that I think, Chris, you bring up a good point. Ultimately, the owners have decided, they've put their gauntlet down. Yeah. This is what we want. We already know how the players feel about it, right? But they don't feel strongly enough at this point. At least I've heard no talks of canceling the rest of this 26 season, right? They're not countering that with this time. So, what is the stomach going to be like if indeed they lock them out and we get into, spring training and however long that goes, are they going to stay? And that's the one thing the Major League Baseball Players Association has always had over every union in the country.
They've stayed together.
Yeah. And so I think, it's scary, but the players are going to be put to the test on this one.
Well, you brought up something. We were having a good text conversation, all of us, yesterday about some of this, and one of the things you pointed out to me in Scraby was the fact that the players have seen this coming, for long enough to where the Players Association is going to be better prepared to, have a stoppage. If there is, they'll have some money in reserve that they can give the players who aren't getting paid. And I wrote back to you, that's good for them, but bad for us, because that means they're more likely to dig in. And why can't, here's the old thing. Why can't they all get together and just sit down and go, okay, we have $20 billion here. How do you want to divvy it up? Because that's really what they have. And I think that's what Bryce Harper's saying. We have so much. Let's just not screw this up.
Sports is just a microcosm of what the world is.
Yeah, real world.
I mean, is it any different than what we are seeing in elements not named baseball in terms of how this whole split up the pie thing works? I don't think so. It seems like it mirrors it, actually. And
Yes,
so,
it does.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the players have the stomach. I don't know if both sides can get to a point where it's like, listen, we're not willing to do a salary cap, but we are willing to meet you on this side or whatever that is.
Yeah.
I just don't know that they've articulated at least this point. And listen, they're not going to. I want to remind, this is a negotiation, and the owners want the players to move in a way they haven't moved ever. And so if they're going to do that, that means they're going to play some hardball, right? Like they didn't in this first proposal, they laid out the how they were going to do the cap, the money, the account that the money sits in, as the escrow the money sits in, as they figure out if the league made money, but they didn't really offer any concessions in there. It was just, this is what we want. This is what we're going to offer.
Yeah.
And so you're not even going to get into, my guess is you're not even going to get into, if the owners are truly serious, and let's just think about this from a negotiation standpoint.
Sure.
If the owners are serious about it, why would they even give off anything other than the hard line stance until it gets to a point where there's some actual pressure being put down?
I worry that the owners, their egos are going to play a massive part in this, and they do not want to lose to the players.
Well, here's the thing.
Unfortunately, they've lost almost every one in the history of negotiations. I'm telling you.
I mean, the players
maybe
are
not,
the product, so
maybe not
sense.
the last couple. They've gained on the last couple,
closer,
which is maybe giving them confidence to go for the gusto here. I will say this: there is 30 of them, and there always is a difference between one or the other, right? In my experience, never all 30 have been the same, which is also why it's been harder to get what they want, because they all have different agendas and what they feel like is beneficial to them.
They have to argue with themselves before they can figure out what to ask for.
And so, that has always been what the players' superpower has been, is that they stay together, and that the other 30, the team that they're facing, the 30 guys they're facing on the other side, don't always do that.
Yeah.
And as billionaires, most of them at least, I'm sure there's not very many chances that they have to do that.
They don't normally have to make any concessions at all.
Do you think, because there's a little bit to the competitive balance of the whole thing of some teams being able to sign play. Do you think that the owners care about the perception at all?
No, that's the thing. And that's where I think it's funny, is that I don't think they really care about that. I'm sure there are some, and I don't want to, again, I just finished saying they're not all the same. There's probably a few that do care, like, we want to compete too, but it's too difficult.
Yeah.
But I get the sense that a large majority of them really don't care. They really don't.
I think the Rockies care a lot.
True.
The Rockies care
you
about
think Dick Monfort is staying up every night, racking his brain?
Of course he's not.
I mean, he cares because it makes him look crazy when he doesn't spend it.
Exactly.
All right. Well,
here's the Bruce Meyer quote about the Padres, by the way.
Go ahead.
Bruce Meyer is the MLBPA interim executive director. He said, quote, "We want to encourage more San Diego. San Diego is a small market team that went out, decided to compete, signed a lot of players, turned around their franchise. They are successful. They've grown attendance, they've grown interest, and we've all seen the explosion of their franchise value." So basically what he's saying there is, you put a little bit of money into your team, your franchise value is going to go up.
It can be done. Ken Rosenthal, you sent us something. He says, and he's right for a change, it can be done.
He just does it so smugly.
There's nothing, I know he does, but there's nothing wrong. There really isn't that much wrong with the system if you just had 30 teams that were really all trying to do the same thing, which is win. but you don't have
right,
that.
and that can
and
look
then they
exactly
keep blaming
like
it on the system.
that can look exactly like the Padres look, right? The Padres have spent the most, then they kind of drew back, but they were still in like the top whatever percentage of the teams that go out and try to spend. It doesn't have to look like and I would guess that that's the thing that they may try to curtail if they can't get a salary cap. Maybe put some type of add to the tax, make the tax more. I don't know.
I've been saying
hefty.
this. Remember when we double tariff it?
That's
Double
right.
tariff it. Like if you go over a certain amount, you're double tariffed.
The Dodgers don't care.
There will be a point where they do care.
There's a point where a billionaire is like, "Yo, I'm not gonna be much of a billionaire. You keep taxing me at this much."
I mean,
so
no. There's everybody has a price.
We saw what the Saudis are doing with golf. They have endless money.
That's right. Yeah,
and eventually they was like, you know what? Listen, this ain't beneficial to me. I don't want to do it anymore.
That is very true.
So
yeah, no, you're right.
There maybe we hashed out a solution to it, but I think we should all get our seatbelts on because this is going to drag a little bit. It has in order to get some at least reach some mid ground. It's going to have to, if indeed, then listen, the owners could get to November and be like, yeah, all right, man, we tried it, we don't want to do it. But the way they've been kind of sending the smoke screen doesn't seem like they're going to do that.
No.
Here's the thing about Tarek Skubal, who is on the executive subcommittee, told Jesse Rogers that it's not good for players. If you ask any other player in any other union in the major sports, they would agree and they would want our CBA structure. If you look at the NBA, look at all the tanking that happens in that cap system. They're racing to lose. You think that's a good thing? They just had to implement anti-tank rules. Tell me the cap system's healthy, and I'll tell you that it doesn't promote competitive balance.
The players are right, I believe, but I will also say that I think 75% of the people listening to us and elsewhere think the players are greedy because that is all they see.
I've also
is
said
their
this.
salaries.
They need PR. They need better PR on this.
I think the players are right, but people are going to blame them.
That's kind of the catch-22 as a player, right? No one really wants to know who the owner is. Like no one is looking to see. Like they're interested in the player, so of course they want to know how much they make. And like that's kind of always been the thing. Like we knew who Dr. Bus was, but we wasn't like searching him out. Like, oh man. I mean, that's probably the wrong owner to bring up. He's probably the most popular owner to ever do it.
Yeah. Well, my wife saw the text coming in yesterday. She goes, "What's all the texting about?" I said, "Well, we're talking about the potential work stop." And she said, "The players make too much money." And that's just a straight up comment.
There you go.
That's a straight up comment from most people.
It's like it's like they don't have an opponent. It's just the players out there making too much money. It's like they got to get this money from somewhere. Somebody is forking it over to them.
Man has plenty of it in reserve.
Right.
All right, Scrappy, you can't put off the fantabulous game show.
It's got to come, dog. It's got to happen, sir.
So
we tried to stall you.
Take a break.
In 2026.
Back at you again, 339 out in SD, 639 here in PHI.
Getting late.
Philadelphia. Yeah, it's getting late.
You better call in your order to Jim's cheesesteak.
It's going to be too early. I can't eat it now. I got to wait till closer to 9 o'clock my time.
All right.
Can you imagine Tony eating a cheesesteak and then just falling asleep on his bed?
True.
Yes, I 100% could. That's why I don't need to eat right now. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I do want to just bring this because there's been we've been kind of talking about a bunch of different things, but the social media thing in terms of I've been seeing some, we talked a little bit about Chet getting hate. Saw Tanner Scott, his wife, receiving some hate after he blew the save. At this point, it's pointless to tell people to get a life or to be better because they're just gonna do it anyway. I think players have to start doing a better job protecting their peace, including their fams. Right? Unfortunately, I hate using this word as public figures. Right?
I hate that word
too. As public
Don't
figures,
worry, you're not one.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, you're good.
I think that you can't move like a regular person. That includes the way you operate on social media. Like you already can book it. If your play is it don't even matter if your play is bad. You could just have a bad at bat, make one bad pitch. You're going to get it. And if it affects you, you just have to make the decision not to be on it. You know what I'm saying? It goes, if any high school athletes are listening at this point, like, it just ain't worth it. It ain't worth your peace, man. Especially if it's one of those things where, people at this point say any and every. Nothing's out of bounds. It seems like anymore.
It's hard enough to read the criticism we get on this show. I mean, honestly,
it's hard to read it out of a newspaper, let alone somebody in your personal DMs.
Yeah, some of the stuff we get is honestly off, just over the line. I mean, just flat out. You read it and you're just like, can't even deal with it sometimes. So I can imagine, when Tanner Scott gives up 3 in the 8th inning and the Dodgers lose a ball game like he did the other night. And, who knows? Some guy had a 12-team parlay and the Dodgers was the last one he needed or whatever. There's no excuse for it.
I'm about to say, whether it's a 12-team parlay or you just mad because your team lost.
Yeah,
like either way.
But sending death threats to the family of Tanner Scott, yeah, you're right, Tony. We can't tell people to stop doing it because people are doing it, and the people that are doing it are the people we're not talking to right now.
Exactly.
I would think.
I hope people who listen to our show aren't the ones doing it.
I've said this for years and years, and it's never going to happen. But social media, you should have to have an ID to sign up, and that's it. You can't have these burner accounts. You have to put your name behind it, and of course, that's never going to happen because people wouldn't do that if it was linked straight back to them. If it was their personal account.
It is. It's the idea that it's just in the sphere. Like it's not coming back to me ultimately.
Yeah. And then they go sign up. They have a burner account. Then they go and they tell Tanner Scott's wife to die and her newborn to die. It's just craziness, man.
All right, you've stalled long enough, Scrape. It's time for
you to take
I've done a really good job too.
Time for you to take your weekly beating. Let's go.
Let's go.
That was unfair. If I had Nick Castellanos, that's rude.
Hey, all you beautiful people out there, it's time to play one of our favorite games of the week.
All right.
We like to call it
I'm going to go
Chris's Fantabulous Sports Game Show. It starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, I'll give the category here shortly. You can play along out there, see how well you do. And Tony and Scraby will alternate giving what they hope are correct answers. There are 25 correct answers today. First person to 13 will win. If you get a answer wrong, you get a strike, 3 strikes, and you're out. That's how this works. And we're going off the board today, guys. No sports. No sports. We've tried all the sports for you, Scraby. You can't win there. So let's try this one. Today, you guys are looking to name the top 25 states in the United States of America that are the largest in size.
Ooh.
That is square miles area. This is not population. right? Just the size of the actual boundaries of the state. You're looking for the top 25 in this category. I checked 3 different sources on all of these, and all 3 had the same countdown. So these answers should be correct. And
by the way, Oklahoma just walked off to enter in Super Regional. He just beat Notre Dame.
Georgia Tech, actually. Georgia Tech
Georgia
wearing
Tech,
Notre Dame helmets.
Yeah.
They're wearing
what?
Yeah,
it was very weird. They're wearing like
they're
very
wearing
shiny,
like the Golden Dome helmets, but it was Georgia Tech.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
right,
Georgia
no
Tech and Oklahoma.
They did look exactly like Notre Dame.
Yeah, but Georgia Tech and UCLA, by the way, top 2 teams in the nation, are both out. Neither of them made the Super Regionals. So how do you like that?
I like it.
All right, Scraby, I assume you want to go first here. You want to name one of the 25 largest states in area, square miles.
I'm going to take I believe the largest. I just said.
What did you say?
I believe the largest.
It is
Alaska.
Yeah, it is Alaska. It's not only largest, it's 3 times larger than any other state.
No one has any idea how big that state is, and on the map it doesn't look that big.
It's got a long arm. If
you put Alaska in the continental United States, take up pretty much the whole west side of the Mississippi.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's that big. All right, Scraby's on the board. That's what we're looking for. Big states. Tony.
California.
California's 3rd on the list. By the way, just for people keeping track, Alaska was 665,000 square miles. California's in 3rd at 163.
Wow.
That's how much bigger Alaska is than California.
That is crazy.
All right, Scrabe, you're up 1-1. Large states in
Texas.
area. Texas is number 2.
Tejas.
268 for Texas. So, like I said, Alaska's 3 times bigger than that. All right, we got the top 3 off the board. Large states, Tony, you're up. Top 25 in this category.
Oh, Florida.
Oh, Florida. I bet. I'm just going to say. Who was that? Was that old Ordron making a guess?
Oh, Florida.
Ed Ordron's making a guess.
Ed Ordron's back, by the way.
He is back at LSU.
You're going to be surprised to know that is correct, Tony, but Florida's only the 22nd largest state.
Whoa.
I did know it wasn't that big.
You were not. You were treading with a little danger there. So, yes, Florida's on there.
25, though.
They are 22nd. So, tied at 2. Top 25 largest states in area. Scraby.
I'm going to go with Montana.
Montana's number 4. Good job, Scraby.
That's a good one, buddy.
By the way, someone told me that if you see a rich person with a Montana license plate, like if they're driving a really rich car, that means that they're not paying their taxes in California.
Yeah. Well, I know the people of Montana, the good folks of Montana would like to send all the Californians back home. They've had enough.
I want to send all the Montanans back home then.
Yeah, I don't think too many of them are here.
Get out of here, Montanans.
Let me tell you something. All them cats come out here during the summer.
Yeah.
So, hey, we can do that too. Send y'all back. Stay up there.
I saw this Reddit post that went in deep on this. If someone was driving a Ferrari with the Montana license plate, means that they're registered in Montana, but they live here, and they're not paying taxes here. They're paying taxes in Montana.
For the car.
For the car and for the car.
Yeah,
tell the person to go
they
back
used to do that with Phoenix too. Used to be one of them spots where you could do. I don't know if it's changed, but it used to be you could do that.
I'm not the finance guy. I just know that I read it on
Scraby
Reddit.
3, Tony 2. We're off the board. Tony, large state.
Let's go Nevada.
Nevada, number 7.
Yeah.
110 square miles.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good. 3-3. Looking for the top 25 in square miles.
You know what state doesn't get much love, but I've been and I love it?
You love it.
What state is that?
Maine.
Maine?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not one of the top
Really?
25. You're not going to love it anymore. There's strike 1.
I hate you, Maine.
Maine.
Maine is not in the top
Really?
25 in large
Not
states.
there, sir. Not there.
Sorry about that.
Pretty soon Chris is going to tell me Rhode Island is the biggest state.
Rhode Island's 50th. I'm not going to tell you that. Rhode Island, by the way, has 1,000 square miles compared to Alaska's 665.
Well, that is disappointing.
Sorry to hear that, Scrabe. You're on the board with your first strike. Tony Gwynn Jr., chance for you to take the lead.
Scraby said Montana.
He did.
I'm going to go Idaho.
Idaho. Doesn't seem like that big of a state, but it's 14th biggest, 83,000 square miles.
These western states are bigger.
Idaho, 4-3 in favor of Scraby.
Western states.
Leave it to Scraby to give away his own strategy. Just like, You know what? You might want to think of Western states. They're bigger, Tony.
We're all picking out of the same hat.
You are competing against him. You might want to just throw that out there. Go ahead.
I think what happened, Chris, was he just realized that, and it was already a strategy being played over here.
No, I was just noticing because
I see
they gave more land. I'm gonna go with one that is a pretty big state in my mind.
In your mind, okay.
New York.
New York is 27th.
No way.
You just said the name. You just said name Western states, and then you named New York.
Well, because I thought New York was actually bigger.
You are amazing, sir.
You always find a way. You never disappoint.
This guy is. You are a trip. You are a trip.
I'm trying to think. Like it seems like you could put the.
He said, "Oh, it's all the West Coast," and then says New York.
I thought I was gonna because I don't know if Washington or Oregon if they're the same size and what size they are.
It doesn't matter. You literally just told me that
I told
West Coast
yourself
states.
to pick
Hold
Western
on.
states.
I thought that New York was going to definitely be on the list.
Did you think New York was west of the Mississippi for any reason?
No, I didn't.
All right, you know what? I'm making fun of you because you're funny, but I looked at the list 3 times because I thought New York should have been on it.
Thank you.
So I agreed with you, Scrabe. I would have guessed New York, but New York's not. It's 27th. So that's 2 strikes for you, Scraby. You're on the doorstep. Tony with a 4-3 lead. We're early in the going. There's still 18 correct answers left here.
Let's stay out west. How about that? Let's go.
Right, don't tell me you're going to go South Carolina because that's not
a small state, Chris.
Well, it's also not west.
Let's do Wyoming.
Wyoming. There you go, Tony. You're starting to think. Wyoming, yep, 10th best.
Okay.
97.
I am way off in my thoughts because Wyoming is very small. I've been to Wyoming.
Is it though?
I've been to Wyoming.
It's twice as big as New York, apparently.
Twice as big.
Pretty soon, Chris is going to tell me that Hawaii is the second biggest state.
No, I'm not. I already told you Texas.
But the water,
was the
but the land
biggest.
under the ground, Chris. The land under the water. I mean.
Okay, here's the thing. I looked this up.
Don't be mad at this guy. He didn't make the rules up.
I just looked this up on all the places where the list is. It's not my list. God.
Just make sure you have. Make
Scrape,
sure
if
you have
want,
the
you can just
DJ
strike out
Khaled
now.
button
No,
ready to
be
go.
done with it.
No.
You trying to
I
rally?
refuse.
Okay.
I'm going to go Colorado.
8th biggest. Huh? You're starting to percolate, Scraby. You got 1 in a row. 5-4. Tony, you're up. 25 largest states in the union in area, square miles.
Let's go with not old Mexico, but new Mexico.
Some of our recent politicians were starting to call it New America.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
6-4. That is correct. New Mexico's 5th, by the way. 5th largest
Big
state in the
place.
union.
All right. Well, then I didn't think it was. I'm just going to go Arizona then.
It's right next to it. It's 6th biggest. There you go, Scrabe. Very good. Tony 6, Scraby 5, but Scraby has 2 strikes. Tony, your turn.
Let's go with Oregon.
Oregon, 9th. You guys have all.
I cannot believe these states are that big, honestly.
You have 9th biggest, 98,000 square miles. You guys have named the top 10, so you're that far. 6-4, Tony. Or 7-5, Tony, either way. Scraby, you need one to stay alive.
I'm just going to, I guess I'll go with North Dakota.
North Dakota, there you go. 19th biggest, 70,000 square miles. That's correct, Scraby. You're trying to figure this out. It may be a little too late, but you are figuring it out. Tony?
Starting to figure this out.
7-6.
I'm going to say Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's right behind North Dakota, 20th largest state, 69,000 square miles. 8-6, Scrabe.
I think we've taken all the western states.
With 2, somebody said that was a good strategy. I don't remember who that was.
Let's go Minnesota.
Who it was.
Minnesota.
That's a big state.
It is. It's 12th biggest, 86,000 square miles.
Minnesota.
Minnesota, 8-7, 10 left, guys. I don't know if we're going to push the top of the hour. I guess
we are. We're pushing it.
All right. So you're up, Tony, 8-7 with 10 correct answers to go. Top 25 in state size.
How about Utah?
Why not? Utah's right behind Minnesota, 13th biggest, 84,000 square miles in Utah. Tony's doing good. 9-7. No strikes for Tony.
You know what stinks is that I can see Utah on the map, and I can see me picking it up and putting it into New York, and it fitting.
The little puzzle.
Yeah,
that we used to have? Yeah.
And it fitting.
I remember that thing too.
I'm being honest with you. I looked at the list twice because I couldn't believe New York wasn't on.
You know,
I thought it was wrong.
When I guessed Maine and that wasn't right, that was the end for me because I was sure Maine was one of the top 25 biggest states.
It's not. All right, your turn, Scrappy. You're down 9-7, 9 to go. You
know
need
what?
one to stay alive.
There's two places in this state, might not be, but there's two areas of this state.
Oh, I see.
Michigan.
11th biggest. Michigan, 96,000 square
I let
miles.
that one slip through the cracks.
All right, 9-8. We got 8 to go. Tony still has a spotless record, though. Scrappy, if you win this one, it would be one of your greatest victories, though, to come back from 2 strikes down.
How about
it's gonna get tricky here, I think.
How about the other Dakota? South
Dakota. What do you think is better, Tony? South or North?
I'm gonna say North is a tad bigger.
South is a tad bigger. 77,000. North Dakota 70,000 square miles. Tony's up 10-8, 7 to go. Scraby, again, trying to stave off elimination, doing a good job so far.
This state is longer than Oklahoma.
It's longer.
You're the only 10 I see, Tennessee.
Tennessee, pretty damn skinny, Scraby, pretty damn skinny.
Did I put myself out of my misery yet?
Yes, you did. Tennessee is not one of the top 25 largest states in the union. That is strike 3.
Did Missouri make the list?
You know, Scraby was totally right because when I was putting the list together, I was like, all they have to do is name all the western states. They're all the largest. Every state west of the Mississippi is on this list. Yes, the ones you did not guess are Kansas, Nebraska, Washington, Missouri, Wisconsin, Illinois,
Pennsylvania,
and then the last one is east of the Mississippi, Georgia.
Oh, I forgot about Georgia.
That's it.
You know, if you actually look at the map, I would say that I think it would make more sense. They actually are. I think we look at especially the West Coast, we look at it and it just kind of blends in with one another. But when you actually look at the map, yeah, the West Coast ones are way bigger.
All those states are bigger. The only one that surprised me was New York. I thought for sure that would be on the list, but it was 27. New York is behind Iowa. And I've looked at both of those states.
What?
The eyeball test tells me New York's bigger than Iowa. But it's not, according to...
What kind of revisionist history book did you get this out of?
It doesn't really matter where I get it. Tony
Chris
wins
is like, I'm looking at my almanac from 1898. When Louisiana was still in Arizona.
Yeah, you forgot the Louisiana Purchase. Much bigger.
This also is going to bother me a lot because once you said Maine and New York weren't on it, over.
You're more. I'll give you the list. So you can study it.
I
on
don't
your way
need it
home.
anymore.
More Gwynn and Chris. Chris versus the fans. Let's play.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight at the back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose.
And what, on TV?
I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over there. So
What are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm
that.
hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, I'm not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good. Wow.
Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfus and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, that's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose.
And what, on TV?
I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over there. So
What are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm
that.
hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, I'm not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris 4 o'clock hour. Getting set for a round of Chris versus the fans here. Chance for you guys to win some prizes out there and play a little trivia yourself. Tony and Scraby just faced off in another fantabulous sports game show that didn't go too well for Mr. Scraby. He struck out. 3 incorrect answers there.
Spent the entire break looking at maps and taking it and then like trying to fit it into the other state.
Trying to explain in your own mind how New York is not larger than Iowa. That's the one that I can't quite get over. But according to the square mileage list, you were wrong 3 times. Tony was not wrong at all. A couple of quick notes before we move on.
In the camera, he said, I was not wrong at all.
No,
basically.
he wasn't. Padres bringing up Jace Bowen. He's on his way to Philadelphia, according to a tweet from Mr. Kevin Acee. Padres have not announced that officially, nor has there been a corresponding move, but we should expect to see the slugging minor leaguer either in the lineup or at least on this roster starting tomorrow in Philadelphia. If we hear anything more on that, we'll pass it along. A couple of huge NFL trades today. Miles Garrett.
Huge.
They are. Miles Garrett going to the Rams to terrorize Scraby's 49ers and also terrorize the poor unsuspecting souls who drive the freeways in Los Angeles. Garrett.
No, they're the saviors. What are you talking about?
We're hoping that they block him in. Yeah, keep him from driving.
He can't go nowhere in gridlock.
Yeah.
He had to approve this trade.
Yeah, that's something he had to look at. Yeah. Oh, no.
Can I speed in this state? I can't. I'm not going.
Yeah, how am I going to do it?
Can I speed?
The Browns do get a bunch of draft picks and a pretty good player in Jared Verse, young linebacker from the Rams, goes the other way. The other big trade, A.J. Brown, as Diana Rossini seemed to know 6 months ago, A.J. Brown is headed to Mike Vrabel's Patriots.
I mean, does she get the credit for this?
She should. I mean, that's broke the story.
She was on it first.
A couple of other quick things. UCLA, not the only top seed in the college baseball playoffs, ousted. Number 2 seed, Georgia Tech, was just knocked out a little while ago. A walk-off home run by Oklahoma eliminated the Yellow Jackets. So the top 2 teams, neither of them make the Super Regionals. Women's College World Series softball, Texas is back in the finals for the 3rd straight year as they beat Tennessee twice today to get to the final. Their opponent will either be Texas Tech in a rematch of last year's final or number 1 Alabama. And one last thing, I'm watching Francis Tiafoe, the 19-seeded American tennis player.
Saw him last night.
He's hanging on by the thread here, Tony. He's down 5-4 in the 5th set. These guys have been going on for almost 6 hours. He's playing an Italian guy named Arnaldi. And if Tiafoe loses, he will be the last American eliminated. There will not be a single.
He's down 2 sets again?
He's down. Well, it's 2-2. They're in the 5th set now, okay. But he's down 5-4 in the last set. And the other guy's serving for the match here. So I'll try to keep a little eye on it. But if Tiafoe loses, he's the last American left standing in Paris right now on either the men's or women's side. So there is your, little nifty update. Scraby, you ready to do some Chris vs. the Fans?
Sure.
Okay.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
I should also say, if you love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's for authentic Mediterranean cuisine in Coronado or La Jolla. For dining or takeout options, visit spiroscuisine.com. All right, you will be we have a new prize qualification because it's a new month, so you'll be qualified for a chance to win the grand prize, a 2-night stay at Town and Country Resort, $250 food and beverage credit. Work on your resting vacation face this summer at Town and Country Resort. 3 pools and a 4-story water slide named Twister make Town and Country a family favorite. Rates start at $199 per night, exclusively for fan listeners. Visit towncountry.com/thefan to book now. Towncountry.com/thefan to book now.
So you're going for a staycation.
Yes.
Which can be very fun when you live in San Diego.
Yes.
You
I
know,
mean,
it's not a
4-story
bad
water
place.
slide named the Twister. Come on.
Gotta check that out.
Come on. All right, let's get to our first.
I mean, what's the age limit for you to stop going down slides like that? Is there an age limit?
If you're going to a water park, I think they have adult rides, but at a hotel like Town and Country, I think it's got to be 20, 18
20,
maybe.
Did we ever show the video of me going down the huge long slide in the Bahamas last year?
I think we did.
Yeah.
I think we did.
I shot down there like a cannon.
Oh, I did see it. Yeah, with the Aztecs women's team.
Yeah.
You did shoot out of the thing.
So way too fast for my liking. I'll
Surprised
tell
you
that.
survived it, to be
Me
honest.
too.
I thought there wasn't going to be enough water. You came out of that bad
You
boy
were
so
going.
fast.
Yes, there was a bit of a tidal wave when I hit the bottom down there.
All right, let's go to our first contestant. Oh, I got to read the rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it. You'll get that question for free today. I think
Hey, I know we got to get to our contestant, but I think who is it? Is it who does the hey player? I think they stole that from us.
Oh,
you ever heard
yes, Sam does it all the time.
You heard the read, yeah. I heard it's like I think they
Hey
took
player,
that from us.
hey player. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go try to discover whether or not they did. I think the tennis match is over. The Italian dude won. So.
Yes, Tiafo is ousted in a 5.5 hour match.
Dang.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
I mean, that's something. And then the guy who won has to come back like in a day and a half and play again. So
5.5 hours. That doesn't seem like enough time to recover. Honestly.
No, it does not.
We'll see.
All right, let's go to the screener says Matthew. Hello, Matthew. Hello, Matthew. Hello. All right, Matthew, not there. Let's go to another contestant. Let's go to Jeremy. Hello, Jeremy.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Good to have you on, Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy.
Ready to play?
Hey, but yes, I'm ready to play. But I will say this to Scraby and Tony.
Okay.
If you guys look at a map, the largest states are on the west.
I should have followed my own advice.
Scraby definitely figured that out and then immediately guessed New York. So that's
because I
kinda where
thought
we're
New
at.
York was a gimme. I wouldn't have guessed New York if I wasn't sure
I
about
must say
it.
that was another classic moment in Fantabulous
It
Game
really
Show
was.
history.
You
It
had
just
just
doesn't-
finished telling the story
Yeah,
about
right.
how
Yeah.
you always seem to just give it up when you have the
Yeah,
lead, and
yeah.
then you didn't have.
Remember
the
the
lead.
one, the other geography one we did were, was it landlocked states that couldn't be touching water or another country?
And what did
And
I
you
say?
chimed right in with Minnesota.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Which is like almost in Canada.
Yep. I did. All right. Well, Jeremy, here we go. Question
Here we go, Jeremy.
number 1. There are 2 teams with the fewest number of wins in baseball with 22. Name one of the 2.
Yeah, just one of them, all right?
We're going with the Marlins.
Marlins.
No.
Close.
The Rockies still have the fewest, although the Tigers have caught them in that category.
Sorry, Jeremy. I was stunned that the Tigers were.
Well, the Tigers just finished a 6-16 month, or 6-22 month of May.
So things are good here.
Yeah, that's what I said. The Padres
So
should feel
things
pretty
are
happy.
very
that
good
They were
here.
only 13-15.
That's craziness.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. Oh, man, I keep getting this. There's this one caller from West Virginia that keeps calling, but they're not actually a caller. So please stop calling RoboDialer. Let's go to Grant. Hello, Grant.
Hello, Grant.
Grant.
Hey.
Welcome.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Here we go, Grant. Question number 1. Which Padres minor leaguer is reportedly being called up?
Mace Owens.
He got it. He got Bowen.
Okay.
He got the Bowen part. Jace Bowen, right?
Oh, I thought that's what he said. Did he say something else?
No, he said Bowen.
Okay.
I think he struggled with the first name, but he got
Okay.
Bowen. So
we got
he's
it.
good.
We're good. We're moving on to question
Moving
number
on.
2.
Yep.
What number did NASCAR just retire for Kyle Busch?
Oh, boy. Numbers can be difficult.
Yeah, they can.
41.
Was it 21? I'm having a
I
hard.
said 41.
Either way, there was a 1 in there.
That's not going to do it.
That's
I
not
thought it
it.
was number 8. That's what I had. Yeah. Sorry about that, Grant.
Tearing through.
Numbers are a weird thing. Like, I totally see them. Remember when I did the whole thing for my my godson? I counted down the days to his wedding.
Yeah, no,
with a photo
he had
of all
no
the
idea.
number.
Oh, yeah, he had
never
no idea.
figured it
That's
out.
right.
He never figured it
He's
out.
like, man, Chris needs to stop sending me these photos every single day.
He probably was so annoyed at one point. Like, why is this guy why is he sending me this stuff?
You guys are actually wrong. On the date of his wedding, he said, "Does this mean that the photos are going to stop?" He liked them.
He enjoyed it.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I said, I'm sorry you enjoyed them because they are going to stop. I'm not going to.
What did he say when you actually told him, like, hey, you didn't get it?
It was. I think everybody around kind of got a good kick out of it, and he just he was all right with it. He was happy that we did it.
He quote unquote liked it.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Let's go to Kyle. Hello, Kyle.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Kyle,
Not too
welcome
much.
in.
Here we
Doing
go.
well, Kyle.
Question numero uno. What major league team has the largest lead in their division coming into today?
Oh, these are good.
Braves is correct.
Very good.
And the reason, Tony, is because we have gone through so many question number ones. I hate spending time on them.
Good
Okay,
job.
I got
Good
you.
job on that one, Kyle.
All right, here we go. Kyle, question number 2. What rookie White Sox slugger just went on the IL for a hamstring injury?
I'm going to butcher his name.
Well, just give it a shot.
Yep.
Magasaka or
Okay, all right. We know who he's talking. What are we? Is there a ruling on this?
Yes, the ruling is it's okay, but I hope the Japanese people listening don't take exception to the fact that he didn't really come close.
It's Monotaka Murakami.
Yeah,
Monotaka Murakami.
We're gonna give it to you because you know who you meant.
Okay, that could have only gone one way, guys.
Yeah, that was not. That was people driving along,
Right.
out there.
Yes, Murakami is out now due to a hamstring injury.
Right.
All right, question number 3. What Padre hitter in the franchise's history has the most seasons with 30 or more home runs?
30 or more home runs.
Basically, who for the Padres had the most 30 or more home
Well,
run seasons?
let's just go for it. Let's go, Adrian Gonzalez.
Adrian Gonzalez
AG
is correct
for the win.
Nice
Very
job!
good, Kyle. Well done, Adrian Gonzalez.
Stay there.
I don't think that's general knowledge. That's a good answer right there. Good
Yeah,
job.
Manny's at 3, but he hasn't reached 30 in each of his Padres seasons, so he needs one more season to tie Adrian Gonzalez.
Adrian Gonzalez had 4 30 home run seasons
Correct.
for the Padres. Well, he's number 3 on the all-time list. Adrian is.
The Padres got him during his prime years. I think those years were 25, 6, 27, 28, and maybe 29 or 26 through 29. Anyway.
Either way, Kyle, you win, and stick around. You'll be in the running for a nice staycation there at the Town and Country. You can also boast that you were a winner on Chris vs. the Fans. And not only that, we should have a different category for people who win by getting all 3 questions correct. You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
not sure we could have given him number 2.
Well, yeah, Magasaki or whatever was,
on most days, we should have a list for that.
Yeah, right. Maybe not today. All right, we'll take a break. More Gwynn and Chris. The NBA Finals are set. We haven't talked too much. I think it'll be a fun series. Take a little look at that and some other stuff as Gwynn and Chris continues.
For the most in
Short segment here on Gwynn and Chris, 4:24 on the clock, 7:24 here in Philadelphia. Sun's starting to go down. This room is going to get pretty dark here pretty shortly, but no worries. I have lights. Where are we going here for this?
Wait,
Thomas,
they have electricity in Philadelphia?
I think it was invented there by Ben Franklin, wasn't it?
Oh,
wasn't he part of that?
That's why I said don't worry.
Or
We
I
got
don't know
lights,
that he invented
baby.
electricity. He was part of the discoverer of electricity. I don't know all of Ben's accomplishments. Well, I think we should go to the NBA Finals, which are starting Wednesday.
Yeah, of course.
And you had said last week, after the Knicks won their, I think, 11th game in a row to win the East, that it was all nice, but didn't matter because whoever wins between the Spurs and the Thunder is going to win the finals because the West is best. I can't say I disagree with you, Tony. Looking at the Spurs
I don't want to be
team,
right on that, by the way.
The Spurs, I mean, they're doing things that you're not really supposed to do, but in a lot of ways, the old, you need experience. You need to lose a couple of times before you win. That's the way it used to be. And the Jordan and the Magic and the Bird and everybody else kind of went through that. And whoever else, Kobe, you lost a bunch. I just think maybe the athletes are different now, Tony. They come in, all these Spurs kids have never been to this stage, but they don't perform like that. They perform at a really high level. And I know Wembanyama is the focus of the team, as he should be, but the rest of those guys are all really good too. I don't really know who you cover if you're the Knicks.
I just see Castle being a problem for Brunson. He's going to be chasing him all day. They got about 3 guys about the same size that are all probably going to take turns in guarding Brunson.
Yeah.
And as long as Brunson is being Brunson, they're going to be in it. But I fear that those guys can slow him down enough, and I don't know that the rest of the Knicks can flourish without Brunson being Brunson. Because I think that's what got them last year, right? When they got to, I think it was the Pacers.
They got to the semis, yeah. Then
They got to the
Halliburton
semis.
slowed him down a little bit.
Slowed him down. I don't know if it was Halliburton or not, but he didn't have a great conference final, and they lost. And I think this team is I think the Spurs team is we just saw what they did to the best team in the league, which was OKC. And I think until the Spurs played them this year, by all accounts, OKC was by far the best team in the league, except when they faced the Spurs. And I just think Wembanyama, I know he's the focal point, but I think he just makes such a difference on the defensive end. Like, I was listening to Anthony Edwards talk about it, and then I listened to SGA say it after the game the other day. Having that guy in the middle behind is just different. Like,
so easy to play defense when you know he's behind you.
Anthony Edwards said there are times you can't even see the rim. Like, that's how tall he is when he comes out. Like, and that's a tough proposition for a guard who is probably, I would say, the smallest guard left.
Brunson,
that was left in the playoffs. So we'll see. I think the Knicks are coming in hot, so anything's possible. But I think in terms of the matchup itself, I think the Spurs
They seem like such a much better team, but maybe a little bit of the experience. But again, the Spurs haven't backed down yet. You consider they beat Oklahoma City 8 times this year.
Right.
The rest of basketball beat them like 10 times. So, and Oklahoma City did not play badly the other night. The Spurs just played better. Spurs just played better.
OKC didn't have all of their weapons. Yep. Williams was out. I think one of their other guards that was really important. Williams, I think his name, or not Williams. Gosh, I can't remember his name. But he was also out. So
AJ Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Yeah, they missed a couple guys.
But still, the Spurs.
The Spurs won the first game of the series without De'Aaron Fox too, so that has to be mentioned. He's a pretty important player. San Antonio is really talented, really good. Their coach, I think, has them in the right frame of mind, which is part of the secret sauce. Because again, young players are not supposed to play this carefree, but that's what you see from the Spurs. And it's going to be, I think, a really difficult time for the Knicks, to win their first championship in 50-something years, although I know the New York people are very excited about it. San Antonio's all that, and you're right. You can play defense when you know if a guy drives past you, he's just going to get his shot blocked anyway.
Right.
And that helps be more physical on guards and be able to get right up on them. And that's what Wembanyama gives all those guys.
It's I mean, how much more confidence do you have playing defense when you know the dude is blocking out the sun behind you? Like, it's just
he's blocking out the sun. And just for fun, Scraby and I talked about this last week. I don't think Wembanyama should ever shoot a 3-point shot, because I think he's doing a favor to the defense by being away from the rim. But then again, he still shoots it at about 40%. So it's a weapon when he's out there doing that too.
And as he gets more mature, that's going to be the thing that kills the rest of the league. Once he realizes, I don't have to shoot these things, this is just like an added element.
Yeah.
I'm just going to spend time wearing you out down in the post.
Yeah.
And then occasionally I'll drag you out here and hit some threes. Like, that's when he's going to become like
unstoppable. He's 37% from three, which is really ridiculous when you consider that's probably a better 3-point percentage than Michael Jordan had. Like, shooting has improved that much where a 7'5" guy can go out and make those.
And he's going to get better too. That's the crazy
I would
part.
think he seems like he's the guy that's going to work. And it is
By
pretty
the way,
fun
did you see his emotion after they won? Like,
it was
this
real.
is a conference final, not even a final. And
it was real.
You could just see how excited he was about it.
It was real. And when he gets the ball at the free throw line and turns around and just dunks the ball, you're like, how did that happen?
How about when he gets the ball at the 3-point line and he goes cross, tween, step back 3 and hits it in your face? Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what a guard should be doing. Anyway, NBA Finals start Wednesday. The Stanley Cup Finals are tomorrow. I'll give you guys my quick scouting report on that. Carolina looks like a monster going into that. If Vegas beats them, it'll be a shocker in my mind. So there you go.
We're gonna get to break. Our guy Alden Gonzalez just dropped an article on this on a little more detail behind what exactly the owners proposed on that deal. We'll have some time to get into it a little bit, probably in the 5 o'clock hour, because next we have the Big Five. More Gwynn and Chris.
Gwynn and Chris on the Fan.
4:38. Porcello, Tony Gwynn Jr.'s in Philly. Padres are in Philly. They'll play the Phillies tomorrow night. Actually, tomorrow afternoon, 3:40. It's the start tomorrow. Limits our show to half hour tomorrow and Wednesday.
We could just break down how bad or how great the pitching matchup is for the Padres the next 3 days. Chris,
I'm not
looking
gung-ho on who they're
forward to
facing.
it. Aaron Nola tomorrow, Christopher Sanchez on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, Zach Wheeler. So this week is looking.
Hey, Dodgers beat them, so shoot, let's beat them.
I agree.
Worst guy.
I agree.
The sad thing about the worst pitcher you mentioned there is Aaron Nola, who used to be like one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Oh, and by the way, he shoved the last time we faced.
And he pitched pretty well against the Padres last time.
Christopher Sanchez, though, they had some opportunities against him.
Yeah, they roughed him up for 0 runs. Last I checked.
Hey, Jackson is getting back on track because of Christopher
roughed
Sanchez.
him up for 0 runs.
I didn't see anything go up on the board.
That was one of my positives for my notes on the scorecard last week. It was they had some opportunities.
Fly balls to the warning track just aren't doing it anymore, Scrape. We got to start scoring some runs and getting some big hits.
Trust me,
apparently fly balls over the walls ain't doing us well either.
That's
you
true.
had 3 of those the other day, and it still wound up as a loss.
Yes, it did.
That was such a baseball game. Like it couldn't have been going any better, and then it wasn't.
Yeah,
it was like next thing you know, it was like bases loaded, no outs. Just like,
yeah, that happened really way too fast,
so fast.
And Bradley couldn't get warm, and then a hit batter or another run came in. It was just like, wow, that got away.
Yeah.
So yeah, Saturday's game was weird. Obviously the 2 forced plays at second base in that game. Real quick, if I was Fernando on that first hard ground ball, the one he made a really good play to knock down. I think he was trying to rush it to get a double play, and I think he would have been just more wise to take just another beat and make sure you get the lead runner. So many times you miss on a double play, and that creates a big inning instead of just settling for the 1 out.
Especially when you get nothing.
Right.
Like if you get the lead, fine, you could have had 2, you can work. But when you get nothing,
that opens
it seems
things
like it
up.
bites you. Yeah,
for sure. All right, Scraby's got the big 5. Let's have it.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big 5 starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
And we're broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, where we know how. All guests on the show come to us via the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. Now, Craig Stammen said something very interesting to me on Saturday before their game.
Number 5.
And as we all know, later that day, Fernando hit his first home run of the season, but Craig Stammen said this, quote, I think part of his process was not trying to hit home runs and just being like, I'm a baseball player, not a home run hitter. And so far, we've seen a little freer version of Fernando at the plate. As of a result, we've seen a lot of hits, end quote. So, Chris, what kind of hitter is the best hitter for Fernando to be right now? Power hitter, contact hitter,
hit the ball hard hitter. I don't know. I can't get into the whole launch angle and all of that. I think hopefully the home runs are going to start coming in terms of, getting a little more lift. But the Fernando version right now isn't too bad. He's hitting about 4 bills the last week and a half.
Yeah.
He's been on base, I think 13, 14 straight games. So, yeah, it's okay. Obviously we want the home runs, but not at the expense of hitting hard line drive. I mean, can you do a lot more than that, Tony, as a hitter? And maybe in this day and age, you can try to lift the ball more. I don't like to me. See it and hit it hard, right? Huh?
I think that's why hitting sucks as it is, because everybody is so conscientious of that.
Yeah, right. Just
Getting
see it and hit it. Yeah, that's what I would say, Scrape.
I think
See
that's
it,
one
hit
of the
it.
reasons. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons. I shouldn't say it's the only. Pitchers are certainly throwing harder, spinning it better. Yeah, I think the answer is in Craig Stammen's answer. I think he started being just playing baseball as opposed to worrying about his launch angle. And not to say that he was, but I know he was thinking about the homer. I've definitely heard him make little funny comments making fun of himself not having it.
Yeah.
But I think it's important, like when guys are struggling like this, I've never met a player that was like not trying his best to not suck. No one enjoys it. It is a mental wrestling match every night when you go up there and you don't feel good and you know that you're not swinging the bat well. So it isn't until, and it is, in my experience, it happened every time. It wasn't until I fully like let go of whatever it was, whether it's I didn't have a hit in the last or I'm not, until I fully like released it and like said I don't even care. I'm done. I don't want to lose sleep anymore. Is when those things stop happening. But inevitably, because you care so much, it takes a long time for you to like let go and be like, you know what, man, whatever happens, happens. You spend so much time working on that said thing that you are struggling at. And it isn't until you like, you know what, it is what it is, man, that you start to finally do something.
It's like in the alcohol world, it's you're sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Right.
I know, and comparing it a little to golf, not that I could hit, and not that I can golf, but I know
you got great old man game.
Right, thank you. I'm not that old. I know when I golf, though, when I'm just out there hitting, like I usually hit really well. And then by about the fifth or sixth hole, I start saying, I'm kind of hitting well today.
Yeah, you got to stop doing that.
And as soon as I do that, then it's going to go downhill. Because, and then I want to just get back to where I'm not thinking about it, but now I've thought about it.
Oh my gosh. I so wish that human part could leave. Like there'd be times when I was playing and I'd be going good and I know I'm going good. Like, and the first thing that crosses my mind, when is it going to end? Like how long does this gonna last?
Yes.
Like, cause you just, and that's the part that I think the really good players kind of avoid themselves getting to that point. Like they just like, I'm riding this wave. Like this is fun, as opposed to like, oh my gosh, I want to hold on to this as long as possible. When is it gonna go? That was me.
I would think in baseball, like in golf, we joke, the guys I play with, we joke a lot about how many things we think of in our backswing.
Oh, yeah.
Just from the second you reach back and start, like, oh, God, don't hit it, don't slice it, don't go in it, don't do it. Yeah. Like 5,000 things you think of. I would think that's something similar in baseball, but if you do that in the batter's box, the ball's in the catcher's glove.
Let me tell you,
you don't have time to do that.
I can almost tell you. So Ty's in there, right? And when he was in the middle of that struggle, he's probably like thinking, all right, make sure I get started on time. My hands have to get. And that can be like overwhelming,
paralyzing. I would think
it absolutely can. It isn't until your mind is free of that you can start having success.
It's like when I've told this story before. My grandpa really wanted me to be a PGA Tour golfer, and I finally had to break to him, Gramps, it's not happening. But he was like, "Don't think about anything during your swing. Just make sure your shoulders over here, your hands are right here. This tempo meter that I got playing in the background over here. Think about that too." It's like, geez, Grandpa.
Number 4.
This is a serious topic, but the wife of Dodgers reliever Tanner Scott shared threatening messages their family received in the aftermath of this blown save and a 4-3 loss to the Phillies Saturday. Maddie Scott posted screenshots of direct messages and comments from Instagram, and their child, Maddie, Tanner, and their child were all targeted for abuse. Tanner came on, and we don't even really need the situation. Save time. Tony, what is the benefit sports betting has created for society? Because we need to have these things benefit our society, right?
I mean, and I say this somewhat in jest. Outside of lining whoever's pockets that they're using to promote their said engine, nothing. That's it. It has. I'll take the bet. It has brought money into teams that maybe they can spend a little bit more. Maybe. I guess that's probably. But in terms of society, nothing.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Chris, what is the benefit that sports betting has created for our society?
What benefit has alcohol created for our society?
As Tony said, it lines the pockets of the people at the top.
I don't really have a lot of a difference between alcohol and sports betting.
It's hard to parse it.
Don't have much difference. Sports betting, we do it because it makes the game more fun. Alcohol, we do it because it makes everything else we do more fun. Or sometimes the game. But they're both similar. So,
they are.
And they're not going anywhere. We have to do a better job of dealing with them.
I think Brendan Sorsby.
And by the way, you can get addicted to both.
For sure.
Yes, you can.
For sure.
Brendan Sorsby is going through this where he's arguing that the environment that has been created, which I will say it is predatory. We've been talking about this for years, but I cannot let you off the hook because you were a victim of predatory marketing.
I really hope the NCAA wins this one. Like, I saw the NCAA basically say his eligibility should be toast because of the gambling, and without question, it should be. I'm sorry, like there also has to be some type of self accountability because it doesn't feel like he's taking account for anything. Yes, he has admitted to having an issue, but that shouldn't remove him from the consequences of his action.
I did something many stupid things while I was drunk. You know what? I couldn't go to
You went to jail.
I went to jail, and I couldn't be like, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. I was drunk.
Can you imagine?
It would be crazy. It would be crazy.
I really hope that I hope it doesn't go his way.
There's another thing that's being released about it is that he had sent tens of thousands of dollars to family members and friends to bet for him. Number one, those people are all guilty of enabling. Number two, you don't think it's a bad idea that you have to send money to someone else to bet? Like, come on. Like, this crazy.
It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea to be hiding bottles of scotch behind couch cushions in your
I've done
house.
it.
I'm saying. So why don't alcoholics think of that? They don't. They
don't.
They hide it.
Because they're addicted.
That's it.
Exactly.
Simple.
Exactly.
Number 3.
All right, longtime NFL quarterback Russell Wilson, who turns 38 in November, is finalizing a deal to become a CBS Sports analyst. He's going to reportedly join the Sunday pregame show, which also features James Brown, Nate Burleson, and Bill Cowher. Chris, you're up first here. Will he be good at this?
I will not find out. I've told you a million times I will not watch this crap. I know that they will pay him way too much money to sit there.
I don't know. I'm curious to see the contract.
You don't think he's going to get at least $4 million a year?
4 probably.
Okay, well, $4 million to make 6 comments a day. I think he'll be pretty good. He seems to know the game. But is he going to tell me anything that I probably couldn't come up with on my own? Doubtful. That's why I don't watch those. If I felt that they were helping me in any way, Scraby, and helping my understanding of the game, if Howie Long ever said something that I went, oh, then I'd be into it.
See, I learned stuff.
They never do.
Tony, do you think he's going to be good at this, Russell Wilson?
I think he's going to be fantastic. I think he is
He's pretty polished.
He is an entertainer
for this.
Very polished.
I don't even think about the entertainment. He's just polished. This is what networks are probably like looking for when they bring in retired players. Like we ain't got to coach him up. He's just gonna have to get some reps. It'll
Should be
pretty,
a natural for him.
Yeah, pretty turnkey.
Yeah. Number 2.
Yeah, James, look for the Patriots. Got to get off to a fast start here today. And ching, $4 million.
When did they fire Boomer? How long has he not been on there?
I think he's been last year. He definitely wasn't on it. I think he got fired 2 years ago. He and Phil Simms got the boot. Well, Phil Simms got the boot a long time ago, but
I'm about to say I feel like Phil ain't been on there for a minute.
No, yeah, you're right. Boomer hasn't been on there in a little bit either. I don't really want to start this topic because we're about to hit the end of the show, but I'll present it and then we'll talk about it on the other side. Giants manager Tony Vitello is continuing to get blamed for the Giants' terrible start. He called his team out over the weekend, saying they needed to play with more pride after blowing a lead to the Rockies on Friday and being very uninspired on Saturday. And after Tennessee exited the NCAA tournament after just 2 games, the Tennessean newspaper is blaming Vitello for throwing the program into chaos, and why they're not going to the Super Regionals anymore is because of Tony Vitello.
Well, their women's softball team got knocked out in the semifinals.
That's
today.
Vitello's fault.
Look like Tony Vitello, yeah.
Everywhere you look, it's just Tony Vitello's fault. I'm going to ask you guys on the other side, is he being unfairly blamed for everything?
I don't know. We need the other side.
Okay, what? Yeah.
Sounds like he's being unfairly blamed for everything.
Tony, are you in agreement?
Yes.
All right, let's get the last one in. Mac Hollins was doing a celebrity softball tournament, and he did a home run derby barefoot. Is the barefoot thing weird to you guys, that Mac Hollins goes everywhere barefoot?
It was weird from the very first day he started.
I know.
In negative degree weather, it's weird now.
Okay,
put some
thank
shoes
you.
on, man.
Someone said, what if he fouled a ball off his foot and like broke his foot?
I was a barefoot guy all the way in college, and even coached my little league team barefoot, and I got chewed out by an umpire one day for coming out to the mound to make a change barefoot.
Wait,
You were insane. Okay, we have what? Whoa. We have to revisit this on the other side.
In the world,
Chris, why he's barefoot on a little league field next?
man, we gotta talk about this other side.
And thanks for the moment last year when you recognized that was it San Francisco that was maybe sneaking a sign, and you whipped the guy, and man, you came off the mound. We all felt that, man. All of us felt
I got to
that.
be better at my tipping, though. Hats off to them if they have it. They're
We
doing their
all
homework.
felt
It's
that.
part of the game, but
Yeah,
I was happy I could get the upper hand in that moment. Sometimes
we love that.
Sometimes it doesn't turn out to be that great.
You don't always get the hammer, and when
Yeah.
you get it,
That's
you
right.
gotta use it.
Yeah,
You
we
gotta
love
use
that.
it.
Yeah.
Nick
Yeah.
Pavetta joins us here, coming off a terrific 2025 season. Nick, I know Stam has not announced anything, and I know you guys are going to go out take the ball however it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Is there it? Do you care at all? Is there any? Is it special to be the opening day starter?
I think it's a special thing, and I think it's a great thing. There's a lot of great pitchers that have gotten to start the opening day, and I think it's very important. It's something to be. Yes, it is important, but at the end of the year or at the end of the day, what the most important thing is what's going on at the end of the year, and that we're in playoffs,
Right.
that everybody together is coming together as a group, and everybody's achieving the same goal. I think it's not. Yes, it's an awesome thing, but I think the group coming together and achieving goals that we want at the end of the year is the most important thing. Talk about Game 7 of the World Series. No, day one started. That's what I want to be. Yes, of course. Those are special things. But yes, of course, it's an honor if that happens. But if not, I still put my head down and look forward to pitch whatever game against whoever. It doesn't really matter.
Nick, thanks so much for the time. One last quick thing. You said, and I believe I'm quoting when you said there was 5 people that finished better than me last year because you were 6th in the Cy Young. First of all, they weren't better than you. They just got a few more votes than you did. But that seems to be something that is, working for you to come back and say, hey, I'm going to try to get it this time. And I think that's a good thing. Using it properly to motivate you coming back. Yeah.
I very much believe that. I think if you're going to, like I said, compare yourself to certain people, even from, the Justin Verlanders and Max Scherzers, the DeGroms, everybody, if you're going to compare yourself to those guys, you have to set your standards at a higher goal, and you have to hold yourself to a higher standard. It's easy to say, yes, I did great, and I was very proud of how I did, but trying not to get too complacent because what is it? It was 16 weeks ago, and now here we are again. And
Here we go.
We're getting ready
No
5
one
days.
cares.
Exactly. So, and like I said, I think for me, the team goal, when the team's doing good, everybody else is doing good as well. That's the biggest thing. The team's doing good, everybody else is doing good, and everything else will settle in place. I think that's the more focus there. You don't focus on everything that happened, the other guys, what's going on. It's, did I go out, quality start? Did we get a win? Is everybody happy? That's cool. That makes me really happy at night.
Boom.
Yeah, great, Nick. Hey, thanks for last season, and here's to doing it again in 26. Appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks for your time. Appreciate you guys. Okay.
And thanks for the moment last year when you recognized that was it San Francisco that was maybe sneaking a sign, and you whipped the guy, and man, you came off the mound. We all felt that, man. All of us felt
I got to
that.
be better at my tipping, though. Hats off to them if they have it. They're
We
doing their
all
homework.
felt
It's
that.
part of the game, but I was happy I could get the upper hand in that moment. Sometimes
we love that.
Sometimes it doesn't turn out to be that great.
You don't always get the hammer, and when you get it,
That's
you
right.
gotta use it. You
We
gotta
love
use
that.
it. Nick Pavetta joins us here, coming off a terrific 2025 season. Nick, I know Stam has not announced anything, and I know you guys are going to go out take the ball however it goes. Is there do you care at all? Is it special to be the opening day starter?
I think it's a special thing, and I think it's a great thing. There's a lot of great pitchers that have gotten to start the opening day, and I think it's very important. It's something to be, yes, it is important, but at the end of the year or at the end of the day, what the most important thing is what's going on at the end of the year, and that we're in playoffs, that everybody together is coming together as a group, and everybody's achieving the same goal. I think it's not, yes, it's an awesome thing, but I think the group coming together and achieving goals that we want at the end of the year is the most important thing. Talk about Game 7 of the World Series, no, day one starter, that's what I want to be. Yes, of course. Those are special things. But, yes, of course, it's an honor if that happens. But if not, I still put my head down and look forward to pitch whatever game against whoever. It doesn't really matter.
Nick, thanks so much for the time. One last quick thing. You said, and I believe I'm quoting when you said there was 5 people that finished better than me last year because you were 6th in the Cy Young. First of all, they weren't better than you. They just got a few more votes than you did. But that seems to be something that is, working for you to come back and say, hey, I'm going to try to get it this time. And I think that's a good thing. Using it properly to motivate you coming back. Yeah.
I very much believe that. I think if you're going to, like I said, compare yourself to certain people, even from, the Justin Verlander.
Happy hour is here. 5 o'clock in SD, 8 o'clock here in Philly. Sorry, my camera's not on there. Let's get back to Barefoot. Barefoot Man. Is that where we were at?
Yeah. So to remind everyone, Chris just randomly dropped the story.
Well, I did randomly. You brought up the story about
but you casually
Matt
were
Collins.
like, oh yeah, I got in trouble one time when I went out to go make a little league pitching change and I was barefoot.
First of all, how has that story not been told prior to
seriously?
Today? You are literally managing a team, dirt and all, in barefoot.
Little League Baseball. It was out at Rob Field. Was the location out there in OB.
This guy is
and I'll be honest with you, Tony. I am a little loose on some of the particulars here because the team, it was, I think, maybe junior Pony League, right? 13, 14-year-old kids, I want to say. Okay. And I don't believe it was my team. I believe it was a friend of mine's team. And he and another good friend of mine were like coach, assistant coach. And so I had gone down to see them coach a couple games and kind of got to know some of the player. Anyway, it was a Saturday morning. I swear it was 8 o'clock game. You know how Little League, sometimes you play so early?
Yes.
Saturday morning, 8 a.m. And neither of the other guys, all right, let's just say it for what it was. We were in college. I think they were both too hungover to attend.
Okay.
Chris, any chance you can save us? I've got headache, blah, blah, blah. So I meandered over. I wasn't in coaching gear. I was just kind of filling in.
You were filling in.
Yeah. I was filling in, but I wasn't wearing shoes because I still don't.
I don't understand people. When you left the house, you walked outside and your feet hit the ground, you didn't think, hey, I need to go put shoes on.
Do you know where you live, Scraby? We're not in Butte, Montana. People walk around PB, OB, the boardwalk around. We're in San Diego. A lot of people walk around barefoot here.
I don't know.
Yes, barefoot, guys.
Oh, I don't know about barefoot.
Really? You say no?
Flip flops, fine.
Yeah,
barefoot.
Yeah.
I think a lot. Well, anyway, flip flops I probably had and just left them in the car. And
I just wish I could have been on the other side.
And then I'll be honest with you. I was
sitting. Look at this coach. He has no shoes on.
Right. I think I wrote in the lineup and went and sat in the shade of the dugout because I too was probably feeling the effects.
While you were sleeping a little bit.
Yeah, I just wasn't as hungover as the two guys I was replacing. And I think we had a pretty good team. The kids were out there playing well, but the pitcher needed a visit. So I went out to visit, and as I'm walking out, the umpire ripped his mask off, and he said, "Sir, what are you doing?"
He probably knew you guys were all hungover.
Right, but he's like, "You can't go out here barefoot." And I was pretty embarrassed. So I think I went back to my car and got my flip-flops. Okay. But I do want to say, and I don't know why I remember this, probably because it was a happy ending for me. The team was playing well. We ended up winning the game, and late in the game, I remember the umpire coming over and saying – hey, I had to get on your case about the barefoot thing. He goes, but you're legit. You know what you're doing out here. So he gave me a good compliment at the end of the day.
He gave you some love.
Right. He, instead of thinking I was a total deadbeat, he gave me a little love for my coaching acumen. But it wasn't a great moment, but it was a moment.
I can't believe you have withheld that story for that long.
I didn't mean to.
Rod
probably have a few more that I haven't drummed up.
Rod says you probably go into Petco restrooms with no shoes on. I can see that. Chris with his flip-flops and then walking into the restrooms like, I'm not going to put on my flip-flops.
I think the story's funny because I've known Chris as long as I have, and I've only seen him really wear flip-flops, so it's not that much of a stretch to me picture him out there barefoot.
I don't know why. I really grew up in LA, and I think I remember walking around barefoot a lot, and I don't know how that started. But
when somebody says they walk around barefoot, I'm thinking like you're going to tell me like Hawaii. You can't tell me like LA. Like LA, you like the concrete jungle, you out there walking around barefoot.
Toughen up your feet, man. After a while, you can handle it.
I know Chris is doing something after work when he wears shoes.
Right, 100%. Yeah, Lori's got me locked into something when I have shoes.
He's either refereeing, he either has to call a game, or he's going somewhere with Lori. That's the only time this dude wears shoes.
Yeah, that's the only time.
See no reason to wear them otherwise. It takes some
like Fred Flintstone.
Do you know how much time it takes? Well, actually, it takes less time now because they got the non-tie shoes. You can just
I love non-tie shoes.
Yeah, that saved a lot.
I can hook you up with my man. I don't know if you know my guy Don Orsillo, big Sketcher guy. I mean, he's got all the Skechers. I mean, he might be able to hook you up with a couple pair, man. They ain't got no laces.
Don't need shoes. Just same thing. Same thing as when San Diego State gave me those the Michael Jordan jobs, and I brought him into work, and you were like so jealous, and you're like, you got to wear those. I have them, but they don't get out too often.
He wears them on days he's finna to call the game. That's the only time I ever see him on his feet.
Now, I got to ask you guys, because someone brought this up, no shoes in the house is nice. Do you guys have a no shoes in the house? I feel like Chris would be the guy where you walk into his house and he goes, take your shoes off, please.
I'll tell you what, every single time I have to get my carpet clean, I say to myself, you know what? Next time, I'm making everybody taking their shoes off. And then, like, within a week, everybody's back to wearing their shoes upstairs again.
Everybody's got mud dragging around.
Every single time we have the carpet clean, I go, you know what? Moving forward, we're all going to take our shoes off. And then I'm like, I'm just as guilty as the kids are.
You got too many kids to make that a reality.
No kidding.
I also go ahead, sorry.
No, I'm done.
I also say, like, people say it's disgusting that Lucky sometimes sleeps in my bed, and
kind of is.
Oh, first off, I don't allow him to. He just does it during the night, and then I wake up and he's right there, and I'm like, "Hey, Betty, come here," and I give him a hug.
Let Axel try to get on our bed while I'm there. He's getting kicked right on off.
But people say it's gross. Isn't it just as gross for someone to not wash their feet who has been barefoot to get into their bed with dirty feet?
I mean, yes, but dogs, at least in my experience, they pay no attention to where they're stepping. So,
that's true.
If they stepped in some, guess what?
Both of you,
guess what? It's coming in the house.
Both of you are over affected by germs. A made up, overly concerned thing about our world.
Yeah,
germs. Got to wash your hands 36 times a day. No, you don't.
I'm not talking about
in Europe,
dogs.
people shower once a week, twice a week. They all live.
Nasty.
It's gross.
Just saying.
It's gross.
I do too. Wait, I shower every day.
They might have a little odor to them too. They only shower once a week. Twice. I guess not.
Why don't you stop showering and see how that goes for you?
Well, it's a good go away for me. I just don't know if it's going right for you. We share the studio.
I don't think it's gonna go well for you.
No, it will not. Lori? Can you imagine? I would be so angry if he came in here stinking.
You have no shot of passing Lori.
Anyway, Tony, anything about that Alvin Gonzalez article you wanted to bring up?
Yeah, it's really kind of just speaks to the type of cap they seem to offer. But that, again, is a negotiation ploy. Like, they're not going to offer their best version of what they're asking for right now. And I get that Bruce Myers thinking to himself, okay, because of the public perception of things, that they would do so. But this is a negotiation. And I think that's a little bit of grandstanding by him. I think he understands that this is a negotiation. He understands what they're asking for. So I expect that down the line somewhere, this same salary cap that was offered will have some nice dress up on it to kind of maybe entice some players to be like, you know what, maybe it's not a bad idea. But I don't imagine that's coming until, stuff starts to get thick.
This is the happy hour, and it is brought to you by our good friends at GL Pools. Oh. And GL Pools is the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans. I had to flip the paper over to keep their pool sparkling, swim ready, and expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now. Say radio. Free month of service. But I cut just a couple sad notes, unfortunately, in the happy hour. Yeah. Rick Adelman, longtime NBA coach. Got the Portland Trailblazers of Clyde Drexler fame to a pair of NBA finals. They lost to Detroit one time. They lost to Jordan and the Bulls another. Unfortunately, Rick Adelman passed today at the age of 79. His son is currently the coach of the Denver Nuggets. So the Adelman coaching tree continues, but sad note. The other thing with Rick Adelman, you're going to have to go way back here if you're a San Diego sports fan. He was an NBA player before he coached, and his first team he ever played with in 1968, drafted out of college, was the San Diego Rockets of the NBA. Team that very few people still in San Diego were around for before they moved to Houston.
Is that the one that gosh, what was his name?
Bob Breitbart.
No, there's another. Who else owned? Oh, was it?
Yeah, he was the owner.
Oh, what's his name?
No, you're talking about man for Sterling.
Yeah,
no, Sterling got the Clippers.
He got the San Diego Clippers.
Yeah.
I listened to a podcast about that, and I thought it was hilarious that Donald Sterling would make them reuse tape on their ankles because he was so cheap.
Oh yeah, that was the Ramona Shelburne podcast.
Yes,
that was wild.
So cheap.
That dude was diabolical.
He made them reuse their tape.
That wasn't even the worst of what he did at the end of the day.
No, he was terrible about everything.
He's in the running for worst owner of all time in any
just
sport.
Terrible human.
For sure.
He was also found out to be a racist, which is how they finally got him out of the NBA. They couldn't get rid of him until he, was revealed to be just a flat out racist. The other pass note,
his situation got the best of him in that one.
Oh yes.
The other sad note,
like moving forward.
Former, there's Donald Sterling's low hanging fruit.
It is.
The other passing today, Hall of Fame wide receiver Raymond Berry at the age of 93. So, a life well lived. Berry was, first of all, coach of the Patriots, which I don't think a lot of people remember. He might have even coached the Patriots in that Super Bowl loss to the famous Bear team back in 1985. I think Raymond Berry was coaching the Patriots that year, but he was more famous for being one of the great wide receivers of the 50s and 60s. Before wide receivers were a big thing, Raymond Berry caught all those passes from Johnny Unitas, and you can see a lot of his great highlights in the famous championship game against the New York Giants that was played at Yankee Stadium. Raymond Berry, 93, Hall of Famer, wide receiver, one of the best in those days. So there's that.
All right, let's get to break. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
We got angry pen pals for you guys.
Oh yes, so much fun.
It's never been easier to
Music from the day.
It's weird because this is an instrumental.
Yes, it is. There's no word.
But the instrumental actually does have some voice in it at some point.
Oh, well, that's the exact instrumentals to that song.
Right there.
Just what I needed. Just what I needed to hear that song. 5:20 is the time. Crisello, Tony Gwynn Jr. in Philadelphia. Padres are there, and they will be taking on the Phillies tomorrow. Phillies swept the Padres. Don't have to remind everybody last week. Padres have dropped 6 of 7, but the month of May could have been a whole lot worse. We discussed it earlier. Padres were the second worst hitting team in baseball, at least in terms of OPS, in the month of May. The other team that was down there with them was the Tigers. But while the Padres went 13-15, which isn't great, not horrible, the Tigers went 6-22 in the month of May. So thankfully that did not happen. And hopefully the Padres get the offense going here. To that end, Jace Bowen has been activated. Well, shouldn't say that. He's on his way to Philadelphia, according to a tweet from Kevin Acee. Going to join Tony and the Padres tomorrow there. And assuming he would be in the lineup, there's no reason, as you said earlier, Tony, to call him up and have him sit around. So we'll see if he's in the lineup indeed tomorrow. And we also have to see what the corresponding roster move will be.
I hope
in that case.
I really hope that he comes up and balls.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be so great.
Yeah.
He can, like, or at the very least, even if he doesn't ball out, like, just be a shot in the arm that this team kind of needs to get him to the next point of the season where, they can start to look at making some changes. But he had a great spring. He's having a great, I don't know if he's having a great season. He's having a really good season. And so, yeah, man, he deserves the opportunity. I hope he comes up and kills it, honestly.
Yep. A lot of power, a lot of punchies, as Tony said earlier. He has been striking out a lot at the minor league level. So we'll see where that goes. Hopefully he'll get the start against Aaron Nola tomorrow. Nothing against Aaron Nola. Probably not fair to have your first major league start against Christopher Sanchez Wednesday.
I'm about to, I'm willing to bet that's probably where it's going to come. He's going to get the lefty.
Because he's right-handed, yeah. Yeah, welcome to it.
This used to be the way all young guys got in. They didn't face the riggy dinks. They faced the big dogs because the real big dogs took day off sometimes on those ones. And so your dad never dodged a big pitcher, by the way, which I think is something that was part of his he wasn't
greatness.
a ducker.
No, he loved Randy Johnson. He signed him up. He knew he was going to be in for a tough day, but he wanted the challenge. So
he wanted to smoke.
Yes, he did. All right. So Jace Bowen's coming up tomorrow. All right, Scrape, what do you have? Couple of quick
mini
pen pals here.
We don't need to do the open or anything, but as you can imagine, I received some very angry messages from Padres fans.
Just because of how they're playing lately?
Oh, of course.
All right.
Of course. So here's the first one. And this one's not even a question, really. It's a statement. Yeah. This year has been a complete disaster, and quite honestly, I can't take any more of the gaslighting you do. The only reason this team started the way they did was because they got extremely lucky and won a bunch of close games. They have not been able to hit at all this year, and this isn't just a lull in the offense. This is their identity. Manny is old. Xander is old. Fernando isn't the same player anymore. Jackson's one of those one-hit wonders. And don't get me started on the yes man selection of the manager, Craig Stammen. But he's a really nice guy, right? Why do I continue?
Wait, was that part in there too?
It was. Why do I continue to listen? I do think you guys are entertaining, but the gaslighting has got to go.
Does this guy sign off his question anywhere by saying that he is actually a Padre fan? Because it sounds like you ought to be, trying somebody else.
That's what I think as well, Chris.
Not really sound like much of a fan at all.
Yeah.
I mean, fans have every right to get angry and frustrated, but I don't think fans should just give up on their club, especially when the club is still in playoff position.
I don't think they said anything about giving up. I think they just said our gaslighting has to go.
Yeah. Listen,
before the
I
gaslighting.
have a simple solution.
Yeah.
Stop listening.
Simple solution. Yeah, there it is. Don't put your ears through this madness of gaslighting that we give you. Like, just turn us off.
I would like for you to stay.
I would also wouldn't mind an example of gaslighting. Like, when's the last time we said the Padres are like the best team in baseball when they're not?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
I don't know that we've said that. We've said that they are certainly not playing well at all right now. I think that's pretty accurate. What else?
I think if us being hopeful is gaslighting, then because we choose to have like some hope that it's going to change.
That's what it is. The hopefulness is being misconstrued as gaslighting, which I have said many times. I know that I sound kind of dumb sometimes when I'm like, it's right around the corner. They're turning it around.
Well, I think that's what fans got to do. If you're not a fan, then why you keep, even going to these games or watching the games or showing up? I mean, of course,
because they love this team.
Of course you do. And if you do, you're gonna be agonized, and you're gonna watch the next game, hoping that the next game is the day. That's how you do it.
You know what love is? You know what love is love is like feeling a way about your partner, and like knowing that it's not best for me to vocalize it, keep it in myself. You know what I'm saying?
Where you're gonna go.
Love is like being frustrated with your partner, but like, showing them some grace and like, talking it out.
That's a great point, Tony.
You know what I'm saying? Like this feels like this. My man's single. I guarantee you, he's single. He's single, he is just mad at everybody.
He really does.
I don't think you could honestly say we gaslight. You might say we have a rosy colored lens in terms of wanting things to go right, but I don't think we've ever come out here and been like, oh, these guys are great when they're playing bad. We might be like,
do you think that he listened to the show?
I was just about to say, did he listen to last Thursday's show? Because there was zero gaslighting in that show.
Well, I mean, I wasn't really, and everybody thought I was having my negative take. Honestly, it was just telling everybody what was happening, none of which was really positive. So I didn't see that to be gaslighting, but that's okay.
I don't think it was either.
Gaslight,
Well, again, the checks are in the mail.
Here's the next one.
Can I get one?
Yeah, you already get one.
You already get one.
You already said that.
That's right.
Just look on your stub. It's under Gaslighter.
Yes, it says broadcasting with Jesse, putting up with Dave Marcus, and gaslighting. You know, 3 categories of payment there.
All right, I think this one's might be even weirder than that one. You guys talk about how fans never actually boo in person at games, so the angry fans are just contained in pockets on the internet. I was talking to some people in my section last week, and they are as frustrated as I am, but they said they don't want to boo because fans around them tell them to stop negatively cheering the team. Why can't we boo as a fan of this team without looking like a bad person? If we can't boo because it's going to negatively impact the team, then I am surrounded by a bunch of people who are soft as bleep. Soft as bleep.
Bleep.
Get some guts, boo the players, and let them know we are not happy with their effort. Even former Padre Cameron Maben said the Yankees fans booing and being tough on them was great motivation. Let's stop accepting mediocrity and let's start demanding more. I want to vote for this.
Is there a question in there somewhere?
No, I told you they're just no statements. They're just those statements of what's going on right now.
Clearly, the Yankee fans are better than we are because they boo their team. Is that the point here? I'm not sure.
Yeah, that is the point.
Okay.
No, this fan wants us to be tougher.
Listen, fan. No one is stopping you. It sounds like you're the one kind of chicken bleep if you don't really want to go out and boo.
Yeah, soft
you know what I'm saying? Like,
as bleep.
No one is saying none of us three are stopping you from booing. Now, if there's people in your section are stopping you from booing and you want to boo, I mean that's kind of on you, brother. You got to go ahead and spread your wings.
Yeah, I've always said,
be solo out there if you have to.
Yeah.
If you want to yell and scream, expletives. Nah, I know I mispronounce that word often, but not this time. If you want to yell swear words and you don't like the reaction, stay home and yell swear words. But if you're going to be, yelling that kind of stuff, expect to get some brushback from people around you.
Or not. Maybe they'll join in with you.
Maybe they will.
Who
Maybe
knows?
they're just looking for someone to start it.
Try to
be the leader.
If it's your section, stand up. Padres suck. Padres suck. You might get a few people in there,
And then they boo you. And then they
exactly
give it a shot.
The fan thing out there is like people are looking for permission to act out during games because their team's not playing well. I don't know.
Do you boo boo?
Do you boo boo?
Do you boo boo?
I mean, honestly, part of being a fan is going through times that aren't great.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be pretty easy for me to throw away all my Dolphin gear at this point.
I'll help you.
I know you will. But this is, to me, is part of what it is. You get the good, the bad, the in-between.
Eric
That's
says,
a fan. That's what you do.
You could be a free agent fan where you just kind of like just bounce between
and I think
teams.
there are people who do that.
For sure.
I'm not really
I'm
not a fan of them.
Like the people I saw last week where a man and a woman were walking in together. One was a Dodger fan and the other was a Diamondback fan. Like, what? We're at a Padres-Phillies game. Come on. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Free
well, you
agent
gave me
fans.
crap for wearing my Tannehill jersey to the Charger Bronco game last year, remember?
That is weird.
I don't know why.
Because it's the teams are
Is
playing.
it say on the ticket, if you're coming to the game, you must wear a jersey of one team or the other?
It should.
I feel like football is like one of the few sports you see that like consistently.
Because you're only getting like one game.
Somebody would be in the stadium with just a random NFL jersey on. Like, I don't think you very rarely see that at a baseball stadium. Like, it's usually the two teams that are playing.
Hey, look, there's a Gus Frerotte Redskins jersey.
Right.
Gus
Just random.
I don't know why I thought of him.
That was way out of left field.
All right. That's it for our angry pals.
Let's get to break. More Gwynn and Chris on their side.
Ben and Woods on the Fan.
.37 on the clock, not Clark, on the clock. 5:37 back at home. Marvell Wynn will join us shortly to
Ooh, a
talk
wind
a little
chime.
bit. Yeah, that's my ring alarm going off. I got my phone on, not on silent, like a, you know what? Where was I at?
I know that you're eating something because you've been busy looking over the menu, and I've been hearing.
I'm not eating anything. I got to go get the food.
Oh,
That's
I know,
why.
but what are you eating? What did you order?
Oh, I'm gonna have a little cheeseburger, man.
Ooh.
Are you close to the Rocky Stairs? Have
No.
you ever run the Rocky Stairs?
Haven't run them. I've walked
Okay.
them.
Walked them.
But I was playing in my playing days. I wasn't trying to get tired before the game.
Hang on, guys. Stop the bus. You can have a team run up the Rocky Stairs.
Someone play Eye of the Tiger.
Speaking of working out, though, I told Scraby that I got a new little part of my game now. Lori and I had our bikes sitting on the side of the house for 7 years with flat tires and totally not working. So for her birthday last week, we took the bikes to get tuned up. That was kind of my
Are you guys going to ride
my
it?
donation. And they got the bikes tuned up. So Friday, I actually rode
this, Tony.
Listen to this one, Tony. I rode my bike to work.
Did you ride it barefoot?
That's a good question.
Good question.
Did you wear shoes or flip flops?
I wore shoes.
Okay.
On the bike.
But tell them about the ride.
But I don't live far. It's most people know now. It's like a half mile maybe. But there's a pretty good hill between my house and here. And I thought I could just flatten the hill. So I started riding as fast. And I have a cruiser bike, so no gears. So it is what
I would
it
have
is.
paid to see Chris struggling up the hill on a bike.
Let me tell you something, guys. I made the big mistake of just thinking I could sprint up the hill. And I got about 100 yards, and I almost fell off the bike and had to stop and gasping for air. And then I was only a third of the way up the hill. I had to keep going. And I ended up stopping like 3 times before I got up that sucker.
I hope somebody got that video.
I wish
somewhere.
they did.
I'm gonna go scour the neighborhood for ring cams.
Yeah, really. I was hurting bad. So we did it the same hill yesterday, both Lori and I was a little smarter. I took my time and kind of paced myself. Very difficult, but I made it this time without complete collapse.
So funny.
You guys,
that's a great idea,
that.
by the way. We have. This is a sore subject for me. We have so many bikes at my house, and I'm like, and I would love to like get out, excuse me, and ride them, but I don't see anybody really wanting to do it. And we live in we got hills.
Yeah, your place is craziness.
So like I would love to get rid of these things, but I think I'm losing this argument every time. So
you want to get rid of the bikes entirely?
I would like just to have 2 because the kids ain't gonna ride them. I mean, 2 of them. One of them's leaving. The other 2, at least the second oldest, she ain't gonna ride a bike anytime soon.
I was gonna say, but Dad, what if I want to go ride the bike? When was the last time you rode that bike?
That's how they've been in the garage for so long. Is that we've been hanging on to that idea.
You know why? You know when the day she's gonna want to ride it? The day after you get rid of it without her knowledge.
100%.
Is my bike around? Where's my bike, Dad? I haven't seen my bike.
She gonna come back from school and be like, "Hey, is my bike around?"
Kind of in the mood today.
You ain't even been here a whole year. Now you want your bike now? Yeah. No, so I think that's a good idea. I need to at least get 2 of those bikes pumped up so I can start riding them.
I would take it to the place I took. I'll tell you, the bike shop. They did both our bikes, and I mean, new tires. Got them going again.
Text them
a hundo.
That's pretty good.
That's
both bikes.
That is good.
I was like I was ready to pay way more. So,
sir, don't ride this up a hill.
Yeah, send me
You're
that.
gonna die.
I'll send you.
Let's get to our interview of the day. Marvell Wynn joined us earlier to talk a little SDFC and some World Cup.
So they go into the shootout.
now we have a bunch of teams playing out of their own box on their own goal kicks, and they're kind of nullifying our great strategy. And we've kind of reverted back to a simple style of play. So now it's just 11 versus 11 versus having a certain tactical advantage that we had last year. I mean, we put a bullseye on our back, and people just started to go at it.
Marvell, quick follow-up on that. I mean, is it surprising given, how it seemingly hyper-focused Mikey Vargas is on those type of things like focusing and being able to maintain your play for, the full 90? Is it surprising that that's been kind of where they've been, I guess, weaker at this season?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. That's what I've been wondering too. What I would guess is the difference that I could see last year was we had players that were going to stick to the plan no matter what, and we made. I would say it was almost a guarantee that we were going to give the opposition their best opportunity per half per game, and that kind of remained true. Except sometimes they wouldn't score, sometimes they would. But this year we have a couple of new guys in the back. And you can tell that when they make that mistake and we get scored on, it hurts. And as just being mammals, being animals, we try to avoid things that are painful. So then we're in a certain situation. We have a coach telling us to play one way. It's like, go against your instincts. We know it hurt last time you did this, but just try it again. Just try it again. And then if it doesn't go off again, then we get scared. And then all of a sudden we just boot it out, and then we have to reset, and we have to get our shape back and try to start all over. So I think there's just maybe a little less confidence, even though we have the successes that we did last year.
Confidence is an amazing thing, and it's hard to put your finger on it. And when you're rolling with it like the club was last year, right? Everybody plays free and easy. And this year, I think, we've seen some things go the other way. And so, maybe you start questioning a little bit. Marvell Wynn from the SDFC podcast. So how did he get it back? What's the strategy? 2 months, obviously, I know guys are going to rest for the first month and then start gearing back up. But what's the strategy when you bring it back in terms of trying to, get back to that free-flowing style? It's probably a lot tougher said than, or tougher done than said.
Yeah. So I would say last year, everybody was new. Everybody came in with the same mentality. Everyone doubted at the same time. Everyone started to believe at the same time. Now we have certain players that were here last year. They knew the successes. So they're going to try to go back to what we did last year. While these new guys this year thus far haven't really had the success to give them the confidence that this unique style of play would work. And I know that Mikey Vargas is really adamant on sticking to his strategy, sticking to the game plan. It's just now we have to get everybody else on board. And I can only assume that the trainings and the mentality every day in, day out is the same, but the results are what really matter at the end. So I guess the one thing that has to change is finishing out games, keep scoring on goals, maintaining possessions, playing out of pressure, and then, putting the ball in the back of their net and keeping it out of ours.
Marvell, obviously this 2-month kind of hiatus takes place over World Cup. I don't know in your 13-year career if you had to deal with a break like this, because not everybody is going to participate in the World Cup. What happens to the players, or how does the training go for the players that aren't involved with their international team?
There'll be a long break, especially, after having the first half of the season like we did. There'll be a long break. Maybe they'll have like 2 weeks off or what have you, just to reset, refocus. Mikey Vargas is also, and the whole coaching staff is also a big part of, we know where we live. And we are very happy and privileged to be able to live here. Go out and enjoy it. When you're out here on the pitch, when you come to the training ground, you put it in. But when you can get away and get out, go get something to eat. Go hang by a beach. Go relax. Get your mind off things. Go hang with your family, and just come back and reset. And then hopefully when the guys do come back, the trainings are going to be a bit hard to start off right away. Try to get your feet back, try to get your legs back, try to get your coordination back, try to get your fitness back. And then we'll slowly work our way back into like the training sessions and getting the formations right and getting the strategic plans set forward.
The good news for SDFC is that there's a lot of soccer left. Like there's a ton of games once they come back. So there's certainly plenty of time to get back in the running. Marvell, let's talk a little bit about the World Cup. It's right here. It's hard to ignore it, and I don't think anybody wants to ignore it. Just nobody can afford it. Oh, did that just? Oh, never mind. I said nobody could afford it. There was a sound. Did you hear it? Only I heard it. It sounded like
ghost again.
It was the ghost of something. That was so weird.
I think that was just Marvell saying,
He was saying, Thank you, Marvell.
That was me going,
Those are sounds, Chris.
Hey, you guys. All right, this message is for all. This message is for all three of This message for all three of you. Don't ever get old. All three of you. All right.
I just turned 40. Am I old yet?
No, you're not. Believe me. So tell us your thoughts on the United States and their chances. I've heard, a lot of mixed reviews. Some people are pretty excited, think they can make a run. I've heard quarterfinals even mentioned. Other people's aren't so sure.
Yeah, last time we hosted, there is a host advantage to any sport. It's coming to be the World Cup. Teams always seem to play best, especially when it was here in '94. We did well and went far. With this team, I think our squad. I think we named our best players. I really do. If we can go far, it is with this squad. But what I would like from them is a little bit of what I'm missing this year from SDFC is a real strategy to the play. It does seem like our entire mentality is get the ball back somehow, get the ball wide, go down the lines and cross it. There needs to be a little bit of variation. We need to be able to play in, play out. We have an extremely talented group of players, but it's difficult when you have someone that's playing in the Bundesliga versus playing in League One versus someone who's playing in the EPL. They all have different mentalities, different strategies, and they also surround themselves with different styled players. If the head coach can get us on the same page and get us all playing to our own strengths, I really, really, really think we have successes moving forward and getting out of bracket play at least.
Marvell, who do you think should be the favorite coming into this World Cup?
It's hard to deny France right now. France with, this the amount of talent that they have. And yeah, Mbappe up top and all that stuff, but just the way they possess the ball and the way they can actually transition quickly, not just through Mbappe, with the multiple just threats going around, and the way they defend is just really hard nosed. Again, like PSG, it's just like when they get the ball, it's I've played in these games before. You just know that you're not going to get it back for a while, and that's just frustrating. And then when you have the ball, you almost want to play safe because you're like, oh no, that guy, I don't know, he's won 2 of the last 3 50-50s. All right, man, I might play him the ball, and then there's this doubt that goes in your head. So they're just a strong squad all around. I would go for France being the favorite.
Yeah, they held it almost a lot of the match on PSG did on Saturday. I know that Arsenal kind of looked like a bystander some of the time, just watching these guys move the ball around all day. Hey, Marvell, thanks for your time as always. Enjoy the World Cup, and look forward to catching up with you down the road.
I appreciate it, guys. It's a great time. Thank you.
World Cup 11 days away, and USA. The old USA, time to bring out the USA chant. Here's a good story that we didn't hit on yet today, Scrabe. We got a minute or two left, and then we're getting into the Scraby Chronicles, right?
Yes, sir.
From 6 to 7, you'll be taking over. You may want to expand on this story in your show. OBJ is back in football.
I don't even want to give it any air.
Didn't that ship sail like 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Right?
Did.
He was in the Super Bowl the year the Rams won, which was 23 maybe?
Yeah, I think it was 23.
22, 23. So and now he's making a comeback with the Giants. And this is probably
2022, sorry.
Okay, so this is probably a little unfair to say about OBJ, but no player in the history of football has ever made more out of one catch than him.
I can't disagree. I think he had the talent. He got hurt. It just never worked out for him to show that.
But
talent.
He's got a Super Bowl ring. I mean, he showed up at the right place in the right time with the Rams.
And he would have he was on pace for like Super Bowl MVP. He was on fire.
He had
to
a
start
great
that
game. Well, you go to the Dolphins, man, that'll extinguish anybody's career.
I guess not. I mean, he's not back with the Giants.
He's back again. All right, Scraby's got Chronicles, so he'll take you through the next hour. We're back tomorrow before the ball game. Enjoy.
All right.